let's do some intros, right?
Yeah. We'll go around the table. So welcome to our live stream of Descent into Avernus, Baldur's Gate campaign from Wizards of the Coast. I'm Joe from Pull the Lever. I'll be the dungeon master for this lively group, and I'm looking forward to sending you guys to hell. So, Mark, we'll start with you. Give us your intro, your name, and tell us a little bit about your character you're going to be playing.
Alrighty, I am a barbarian gnome, a hermit, and you can call me Tommy Wee Gnomes.
Tommy Wee Gnomes.
I hate you so much.
Excellent.
I clearly took my character much more seriously. I am Tripod the Cursed. Please,
Why so?
Please note the quotation. You'll see. I am an Oathbreaker Paladin, and I am a Hill Dwarf, and my background is as an acolyte.
But of course.
How much information do we have to give?
I mean,
just
whatever.
Your name.
I
Your
don't know. I feel like
character
Smithers
name.
was like, "This is my social security number."
My social security number is 3.
It's 3.
My parents
I'm
are
really
dead,
old.
by the way. In the
We know,
campaign.
Mark. We know.
We know.
we gnome.
We
Oh.
know.
We gnome.
Here it goes.
There it is.
Here it goes.
I'm Ilya. I'm a paladin.
Excellent.
That's it.
That's it.
Nashimo, Dark Elf Assassin.
Gib, the six-figure gibber. I'm a wizard.
I'm Durmir. I'm a high elf battle master.
Ooh.
Excellent. If you guys have any questions off the bat, we can go through that real quick. But otherwise, we can get started.
Let's do the damn thing.
Let's do it.
All right. I need your attention.
Ooh.
We're gonna start by all of you kind of seeing two eyes open.
No, go ahead, go.
No, you know it's
What was that?
What was that?
We're just starting now? Is that...
Two eyes open in a pretty well-lit room. This middle-aged man gets out of his straw-made bed quietly as he tiptoes through his single-family home, trying not to wake his wife and children. He sees, in the early hours of the morning, bright sunlight penetrating the windows of his home. The radiant companion, the artificial sun created by Thassus Krieg, the grand overseer of El Turel, burns with natural sunlight across this capital holy city, prolonging it forever in daylight. This man, again, walks through his house, packs a few things, gets his smithing tools ready, and opens the front door to his home, again, trying not to wake his wife and children, as he sets off across the city, across the town, to his job as a smither. Again, he looks up at the companion, the radiant sun. He thinks to himself, there are times when having a 24-hour burning sun above the city proves inconvenient. It's hard to sleep. It's always warm. Whenever you leave the city, the daytime, the season changes drastically. But he remembers a time when devils, demons, and undead hordes controlled the grand city of El Turel. And he thinks to himself, I would much rather have the holy companion above us, prolonging and pushing back the demons of the underworld.
Oh, God.
He takes a few more steps down his trail before he realizes something else. He looks up again at the companion. Large solar flares are whisking off it violently. These flares quickly turn from radiant golden light to black, decrepit energy. As they whip down from the sun above the city, slamming into the streets, slamming into buildings, hitting people as they're walking about their days. As soon as someone gets hit, they burst into necrotic radiance, like disintegrating them on the spot. He quickly looks around this man as he turns back to his home. The whole city now is starting to shake. Some unnatural earthquake is rocking the very foundation of the earth it sits on. He sees his wife and kids walking out of the house in mass hysteria, chaos now filling the streets as a large, necrotic, radiant black bolt strikes his home, disintegrating it completely. His family vanishes. All of a sudden, he flings back around as he hears the rattle of massive chains constricting around the holy city. Demonic black onyx chains rise up over the highest tiered buildings, almost touching the now corrupt companion's son. As they latch down, nodding, crushing everything in the path, this farmer man, this simple smith, sees the holy city of El Terrell slowly descending down as the foundations of earth around him get taller and taller and taller before the former radiant sun, now completely black like a dying star, casts a hellish shadow across the city streets. Our vision kind of zooms out past the sun. You feel that necrotic, demonic energy shiver down you. We see a landscape now, a massive crater of where El Terrell used to be. It's still descending down into the hells. We pan to the right. We focus down on a troop of iron, steel-clad warriors standing on a cliffside, looking down at the holy city descending. We zoom in on a face, a dwarven man, full-plated armor, a massive glaive in his hand. Eyes wide open, his mouth hanging down. A group of hell riders, paladins, holy warriors of El Terrell see their city descend into Avernus. They all look up, this dwarven man in particular, looking for their god to intervene, to interject, to try to save the innocent people that are dying, being lost to this corrupt sun. But nothing happens. No one comes to save the city. No one comes to save the innocents. And this dwarven man, almost in an instant, loses all faith in everything he's believed in and trained for. He snaps out of his kind of gaze into the fall of the city as his paladin commander barks at his whole troop. Refugees who managed to escape the city during the attack or were just on the outskirts of the city are quickly making their way towards Baldur's Gate, a neighboring town some 4 days out from El Terrell. The paladin commander grabs his paladin warriors, links up with the refugees to escort them to safety, trying to get as many people as possible to safety inside Baldur's Gate's walls. We pan back out again, and we get the title screen, Dungeons and Dragons, Baldur's Gate, Descent into Avernus. As we pan back down over the fogged-infused city of Baldur's Gate, we see another title screen 10 days later.
What an intro, holy fuck.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Ilya, you get a shiver down your spine. You had just finished your morning prayers at the church of your righteous God. Everything that I had just described, you just saw clear as day in front of your eyes, as if your vision was replaced with the vision of the fall of El Terrell. It's now pretty well known that the city has fallen. Refugees are crowding Baldur's Gate, and no one knows anything about the situation, why this has happened, what is going to happen. Is Baldur's Gate next? Ilya, your hair changes from its kind of dirty blonde complexion to sheer white and gold radiance. Your eyes kind of like fade out into this new divine vision that you have as you stand up amongst your acolyte peers in your church. You have finally received your vision, your purpose, your quest from your deva is now somewhat clear to you. You get called in by the high priest of your temple into his private chambers after the morning prayers. Your noticeable change is a sort of a rite, a ritual that everyone of your tribe, of your kind, go through when their deva god calls down on them. He has questions for you. Ilya, you've changed. You've had your vision. What did you see?
I saw the city burning, and I saw a face a man, a dwarf, a fighter.
Yes, this man. Where did his face show? What did he see?
He saw the city falling, and he seemed to have lost his faith.
The city, you think it to be El Turel?
I know it to be.
Our Deva shines down on you. Your quest is now in front of you. I think it important you find this man. He might have answers of what has happened to this fallen city. And we need answers fast if we're going to save the innocent people of it. Do you think you're ready to take this quest, to start the journey?
I have no option for that. I was born ready for this. This is my purpose.
Born ready.
Like it.
Jason.
Jensen.
Very good, Maria. Take these things. You will need them. He hands you an explorer's pack. He hands you armor. He hands you a massive hammer, a swinging chain flail, javelins, a quiver of them. He gives you a cloak to wear to conceal everything underneath you. And most importantly, something you've sought after your entire life, he hands you a mask. A brilliant, golden, gilded mask with like the wings of an angel kind of inconspicuous. Which one is hidden? Inconspicuous? Is that when you're
Inconspicuous.
Inconspicuously like gilded on the mask to cover your face. You don it, knowing that once you do, you can't take it off until this quest is complete. You grab your equipment, you head out the temple gates into Baldur's Gate. Welcome, all of you, to Baldur's Gate. A nest of rats and vipers clinging to the rocky slopes overlooking the Chonthair River. From the high perches of the upper city, the local nobles gaze down with veiled contempt upon the common rabble in the grimy lower city. Again, we've got like a visual Baldur's Gate up here that you can try to reference. Fog hugs the city, filling the streets and alleyways and covering the harbor, making it almost impossible to see the water flowing in from the Sword Coast. The whole of Baldur's Gate reeks of blood, crime, and opportunity.
Ooh.
One can
Crime opportunity.
I'll take opportunity for 200.
Ready go.
I don't think
One
you
can
understand that
easily
every word.
fathom-
I'm sorry. What is?
One can easily fathom why pirates and traders are drawn to a place
Traitors.
like flies to a carcass. Following the river further east would eventually lead to El Turel, capital of the Holy Land Eltragard, or at least what used to be El Turel, according to what happened a few days ago. The flood of refugees from El Turel has gotten worse since news first arrived that the city has fallen into Avernus. Everyone is saying Baldur's Gate is next, but no one truly knows who or what has claimed El Turel. Merchants form an army called the Flaming Fist. Mercenaries, former veterans of war, seasoned adventurers, high-ranking official make up this merchant-supported, funded band, the Flaming Fist. Their first instinct, their first interest is to protect Baldur's Gate, and by extension, the city itself. The Flaming Fist has gained even more power since their charismatic leader, Udar Ravensguard, claimed the title of Grand Duke a few years ago.
Kick-ass Duke.
Apparently, Ravensguard is missing.
Dum, dum.
In his absence, the Flaming Fist has sealed the city gates to stop the flow of refugees and crowding people. No one is allowed in. No one is allowed out.
It's a real great wall.
All of this has been brought to your attention as you've entered Baldur's Gate. Dormir. Am I saying that right? If I say your name wrong, correct.
I gotta write
It's
this
gonna take me
It's
a while.
tripod.
It's Trippet.
The cursed.
Crusade?
Dormir.
The curse of rude.
You are on a sailing merchant ship called the Sea's Saber.
Ooh.
Your ship is the last to enter Baldur's Gate Harbor as the giant, massive
Nasties.
water gates out to the Sword Coast after the Sea of Swords closes behind you. A pair of gates at the Worms, what's it called? Number 11. At Worms Crossing, which is a massive bridge just outside Baldur's Gate that crosses the opposite side of the river for trading to go in and out to the lower cities. That gate closes as well, completely segregating the harbor of Baldur's Gate from the rest of Faerun. Your ship is the last to enter the harbor. It takes some time. A lot of ships are trapped. There's not enough docking space for all these massive traveling merchant ships. And after maybe an hour or two, your ship manages to dock at the merchant quarter near the Burning Lantern is the name of the docks, the Burning Lantern. You're the nobleman, the high elf here with Norfrin, has hired you to travel on his ship with him. He has a very rare ancient artifact he has brought to Baldur's Gate to sell to another nobleman, one of the high-ranking patrons of Baldur's Gate. As you dock your ship, you look out over the harbor, and it is packed, shoulder to shoulder, refugees crowding every open spot on the street, in alleyways, Baldur's Gate people, Baldur Gatorians,
Baldarians.
Balchinians.
Balchin.
The Baldarians are in complete disgust of these refugees, that they're crowding the space, taking up their land, flooding their taverns, all that sort of thing. You almost don't want to get off the boat. It's so dense with people. Norfrin, the nobleman, the high elf who has hired you, looks at you and says, "These streets are awfully packed, wouldn't you say?"
I hate people.
That's why I like you. Well,
But what about Troy?
we need to travel to the upper city. Our client is still willing to pay handsomely for the return of this relic. I fear for the chaos that reigns through the streets of Baldur's Gate. If I pay you a little extra, will you come with me for safety?
You and me,
Cute.
stay tight. I'll lead the way.
Very good. We'll wait for the dock master to call us. As again, the boats are coming in and out, and you are getting up to secure the dock. Tommy.
Yes.
Tommy Wee.
Tommy Wee.
My name is Tommy Wee Jones.
Irish gown.
Baldur's
We need
Gate.
to count how many times he changes.
Rightfully named as
That's my
keep
problem.
telling.
The first
No,
session, I
every
change it
time
every
it
30
happens,
seconds.
everyone has to take a drink.
Oh boy.
No.
I will get the Lord out.
I guess I'll take a drink.
I will get them all.
See?
See?
Jones.
I kind of like that Tommy Lee Jones voice, eh?
Tommy.
Yes.
Baldur's Gate, rightfully named after the Baldur Gate, is the sort of main gate of the city, right? There's an upper city and there's a lower city. And although that might make you think the upper city is wealthy and established and that the lower city is like slums and grimy,
It's quite the opposite, ain't it?
No.
It all sucks. It all sucks equally.
Are you being Bane?
There's burn in the dark of Baldur's Gate.
The upper city, yes, is full of like ancient families who started the city. They have like old money. They make up the governing body of the city. But the lower city is not in poverty. It's mainly run by merchants,
My kind of
shop
people.
owners, like wealthy, established people. That is now being flooded with all these refugees. Baldur's Gate is the gate in the middle of the city that separates the lower and upper cities.
Oh.
That's just not right.
It's a gate.
It's a gate. They built a gate.
God damn it.
Class
It's not a very good wall.
Eat the rich.
I didn't mean to cut you short. Go on.
Oh, no jokes. My jokes. There they are. Oh god, you guys almost missed it.
I call it highbrow, but it's too low.
Oh god.
Tom,
Forget I would check.
you have just entered through the Basilisk Gate. The Basilisk Gate sits between the lower city and the outer city. Outside Baldur's Gate's walls is, the rest of Faerun, and once you pass through Basilisk Gate, you're inside the lower city. You have just passed through it. It's a massive arch, like 60-foot wide doorway, 120 feet tall, massive ironclad doors, freshly shut behind you as you're one of the last people brought into Baldur's Gate. The loud thud and like the shake of the ground underneath you from the gate closing. The basilisk kind of ornamentation lock latches over the inside of the gate. Stone basilisk gargoyles stand observing you as you walk in. The same gargoyles the gator is named after. You look around the city, and again, you're like in the middle of all these refugees, all these outside people, all these, farmers, hermits, outlanders being dragged into the city. A lot of them against their will. You may be among them. It's very overwhelming for you. People are much taller than you. You're trying to
You're like a wee child, man.
Into a clearing. You're being pushed through the crowd. Having lived a lot of your recent life in solitude as a hermit in the lands of Faerun, being kind of like shoved into urban life is really jarring to you. You kind of like try to peel off from the group. You find some kind of open area, maybe like a gazebo.
You climb a short tree. You just shimmy sham right up it. Feel more like at home.
What would feel comfortable to you? You kind of like find a room or a shop to go in, like a clearing and like a park or something.
Tavern.
An alley. Yeah. What's the place?
Oh God, not alleys.
Don't feel like
go to an alley.
separated from this massive group of people.
Well, as you mentioned, I've been in solitude for quite a while now. I'm not very
Good
well
change.
known
I think it changed.
within the community. And so the first thing I'm trying to do is just understand what the hell has been happening here in the last day or so, or a week or so, however long it's been. I just need to get one person's attention to stand there with me and describe what has gone down.
Absolutely. A member of the Flaming
Describe it to me.
Fist. They are very easy to spot out. They have, if you think of medieval
Flaming
archer helmets,
Fist.
you know what I mean, like the dome with like the lip around. They have these gold and green halberds, and the sigil of the Flaming Fist, which is like a red triangle with a red fist imprinted on it, and yellow flames gathering from it. The sigil is on their halberds, on their back, on their shields. They're very easy to find and pick up out of the crowd. You see three of them sort of corralling, herding this group of refugees into the city. If you like, you can go up to them and try to get their attention.
I walk up to them, my tinkering feet very well do, and I ask them, who is your highest ranking officer? I need to speak with them now.
Make a persuasion check.
Dang. He's just going for it. Nat 1. Nat 1.
Wait, what dice am I using?
The 20-sided, the big
That's
boy.
the right one.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
Got my big guy.
The one with
You're
the
a roll.
most.
Forgot my big guy, but I'm only
Flip
playing
your
with the small
character
guys
sheet over
now.
to 10.
19.
Oh, dang. All right.
Strong roll for a
Damn.
strong
Flip
little
your
man.
character sheet over. You're gonna
Do it
Okay.
correctly.
The number
side.
5
Roll
is
your
fine.
persuasion, your
Okay.
skill,
You remember how to do this.
Yeah,
and
kind
add your persuasion bonus.
of. Where's
Should get
persuasion?
her,
It's at the very
charisma.
bottom.
Under
Ah,
charisma.
okay, I forgot.
It's like this guy's never
So
played
add your
Dragon
charisma
before.
modifier to persuasion.
It's a 19.
Oh, okay.
21.
21.
21.
21.
You yell loud enough over the rushing refugees.
Hey, you goddamn people.
As this flaming
Just
fist
whacking people with his
mercenary
cane.
looks down at you as he's still like conducting traffic over you. He goes, "Oi, what is it, lad?
I need to speak with the highest ranking officer. What has happened here?
You're gonna want to speak to the captain."
Oh, yeah.
Who's the damn captain? Give me a name.
Captain Zorge.
Zorge.
Well, that's a shitty ass name. I'll speak to them.
All right, Tommy.
It's like
we know.
Z George.
Tommy Wee.
He's got people skills.
Tell me we gnome.
Well, as far as I
There was
know,
a reason he
Zorge
was
is
in
a
solitude as a
but,
hermit.
He was
He's
a
quite
hermit.
easy to spot. I think he was last seen at Worm's Crossing. He's got a large black eye patch, a big grizzly beard, but kept tame hair. He's the captain of the Flaming Fist.
Well, I appreciate that information.
Yes.
I pet you on the buttocks. Get out of my way.
It's time to leave.
But as I do that, I quickly reach into your back pocket and make sure you don't have any gold pieces for me to take.
Oh my god! The barbarian is making a pickpocket?
What the
What is happening right now?
Little sausage fingers.
Don't worry about these. These are just lucky dams. Oh.
Wait, what is it?
Sleight of hand, under dexterity.
Okay. Yeah, 5. 5. That's a no-go.
As
Get
you
your
go,
hand out of my butt.
you give him like a pat on the butt, which turns into like cupping his butt. You kind of like reach into his back pocket. You know what I mean? You're like getting all his whole cheek in your palm.
A
And
handful of ass.
So
he,
cheeky.
Like jumps up and like looks down at you and goes, "I'll have none of that here, lad." I don't swing that way.
I just thought you must work out.
And he's just like now embarrassed, red in the face. Very good, yes, Captain Zorge at the Worms Crossing, just off the harbor in the lower cities.
All right, I will go speak to the Zorg, you say.
Make a perception check for me.
Smithers. Ghost mic's not working.
Oh.
I don't think. I just got feedback for him. My buddy's just watching.
Hello, hello, hello. Can we hear me?
Yeah, it's a little low. Maybe turn up the gain, see if that helps. All right, perception check. Oh, it's under wisdom. 17.
Does that work? Can we hear me? Is that better? No, it looks. Hello, 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 hello.
Is it me you're looking for?
Or is it the mic?
That used to
Musical
be
intermission.
my
Does
ringtone.
my mic work?
We
You
technical
change your
difficulties.
Facebook
It's
message
me.
sound, and there's a tiny child that just goes, hello. And I changed that to my ringtone for a long time. And then it was like 3 in the morning, and I just hear, hello. And I'm like, oh, we gotta stop. All right, that's it.
Is it working? Is it working?
That's way better.
Is that better?
Yeah.
And she's just like,
Can we hear me?
Also, I would,
face and she's
Since you lean in a little bit,
Hello?
you ever seen that? Yeah. That's, there we go.
Okay.
A lot of the time you're like kind of
All right.
To redo the entire intro.
That might actually be too loud.
Is that too loud?
Just kill you.
No problem. No problem.
The stuff
I practiced the intro in the shower for the last 3 days, so
So
just so
no
you
big
guys
You can't come see it after you've already seen it.
That's my new voice I'll do.
Is that better? Is that
Yep,
better?
People are saying good.
Okay. Sorry about that,
Way
folks.
better.
Thank you.
Are we?
Where were you on
Could have
that
said
one, Brett?
anything.
Do we know where I cut off? We could do a quick recap of what happened.
Now he's like, oh, here we go. Way to go, Brick.
Yeah, well,
It's very likely that we could still hear you. It just wasn't as clear.
As clear.
Okay.
If you
Cool.
want to do a quick recap, there's a big sun.
Real bad. Lots of people
Was a
died.
big sun.
Now it's.
It is now corrupt and black and destroying everything.
Tension.
Mark up to the cop's butt.
Yes.
Let me grab them cheeks, boy.
So, Tommy, what'd you roll on your perception?
I rolled a 17.
17.
Yes.
As you turn away from the Flaming Fist guard, and he's like trying to get away from you, like noticeably trying to get away from you.
Please stop, please.
Yeah.
Got a pretty little keister, no?
You turn around as you start to make your way towards the lower city, towards the Worms Crossing, and you notice something. These kind of black cloaked, hooded men walking through the city in the open time of day. They have a black handprint on the back of their cloak and on their chest, almost like a hand was lightly dipped in ink and pressed onto their clothing. It's curious. Of course, you recognize this symbol. You internalize it, of course. You're not outspoken about it. But curious that these men associated with this symbol would be out in the middle of the day walking in the open streets, especially with the Flaming Fist so close by. Something you notice as you're making your way, across
I
the
know
city.
These type of men are.
Would you like to pursue these men, or keep making your way towards the Worms Crossing?
Well, it's one of the reasons why I pledged never to return to Baldur's Gate, is so I don't have to run into these type of people anymore. I won't get into my backstory, but I do not want to engage.
I'm not.
Not
Unless anyone
anymore.
wants to hear it, then I'll totally tell it.
Once
Very
we
good.
meet up, maybe somebody just chime in and be like, "Hey, what's wrong with you, Lou? Tell me what's going on."
What happened to you?
What's your trauma?
This is a safe space, so.
Tripod.
But no, fuck those guys.
Tripod the Cursed. You are waken up by a cold, crisp slap, a backhand across your face.
Nice.
Ow!
You're woke now, bud.
Mom?
Okay.
Was that
You're woke.
self-inflicted though? We'll get into that.
Let's really break that down.
So much time. Yeah, let's go.
As you like bring your head back, facing straight forward in front of you, your vision kind of like comes back into, you're in this completely walled off, no windows, no natural light chamber, like a 20 by 20 chamber. You are bound, restrained, tied to a chair. You can see your armor and weapons leaning up against the wall behind the man cloaked in shadow standing in front of you. He slaps you again.
Nice.
What do you know? What happened to Eltriel? Who are you, Hell Rider? And as again you like retract your head, your vision now fully comes back into view, and you see a Flaming Fist officer standing above you. 2 Flaming Fist guards behind him, waiting for their chance to give you a punch, a slap across the face. You realize you are being interrogated by them. What happened to Eltriel? Speak now!
Or forever hold your peace.
You gonna hit me with another one of those love taps, or?
And you just bam, bam, bam.
I like it.
A Flaming Fist imprint is just on your cheek now. We can do this all day, boy. Now tell us, what have you done?
I've done nothing, and I'll answer no questions.
Make an intimidation check.
Tripod don't play.
Oh, come on.
He talked a great game now.
Your cracked, worried voice doesn't scare me, dwarf. As he slaps you again. Wow. Now look.
You have 1 HP
Slap.
left.
Intimidation.
Roll a death save.
Now look. We can do this the harder way. As like he gets both his hands up.
Places a glove on his face.
Or you can tell me what you know. The city is gone. There's a crater. Unholy flames flicker from the bottom of it. I know you Hell Riders had something to do with it. You're worshippers of those rotten devils. Now speak. Tell me what you saw on that day.
Whatever gods you think you know have abandoned you, they never existed in the first place.
Make a charisma check. Persuasion. Do persuasion.
9.
9. As like with your cheeks glowing red from the slaps.
It doesn't hurt.
I'm not crying, you're crying.
You manage to like retain your sternness. Your endurance overruns, what these interrogators are doing to you. You look them dead cold in the eye and say those words to them. The lieutenant who's interrogating you is kind of like stepped back by this. He thought you were this, holy warrior of Eltriel. He's under the impression Hell Riders aren't who they really say they are and trained to be. But you say these words almost as if you disassociate with them. He says, I don't know nothing about these gods that you speak of, that your people worship, but I believe what you're saying. I don't mean to get caught up in the angels, devils of the matter. I just need to know what you saw. As now he's kind of like pleading with you, desperate for information.
What I saw was a lifetime of education. Disappeared in front of my face. Everything that I ever studied and everything that I thought I know was wrong. I don't know.
Teen angst.
That's You said enough.
Good enough for me, you boy.
I must go talk to my superior. And he kind of turns over his shoulder to his guards. Loosen up his bindings. Make him a little more comfortable.
Tighter, daddy.
Or tighter, whatever he wants, I guess.
Whatever you want.
Stay here, Hell Rider. I'll be back for you. And the lieutenant leaves the chamber as the other two come up to you and either tighten or loosen, whatever you tell them to do. And you sit again in this dark interrogation chamber waiting for your next the next thing that'll happen to you. Narashimo?
Nope.
Nashimo.
Nashimo treasure.
Nashimo treasure cage.
Nashimo treasure. You are sitting in your apartment
Nice.
in Baldur's Gate in
Nice
Is it downtown?
Yeah.
in the upper city. It's uptown.
Was. So I've been.
Do you pay low?
Yeah, it's okay. It's all right.
One
Control.
So last couple of years, it's been great.
You sit in your apartment. Your kind of like big single-roomed apartment. It's as
Studio, you can call it a studio.
as cavernous. They use a different word for that in Faerun. It's as cavernous as an apartment could be in a major city. You have all the windows.
on the wall.
All the windows are drawn shut with thick blinds or curtains. You've got a raging fire in the stone fireplace. You replace all the stones of the fireplace into the walls with like rich dark onyx black under earth stones, almost like
Pretty much.
the floor too is just like
will wear
covered
eye
in
makeup
wet
next week.
stone.
My Chemical Romance albums.
There's a really angry-looking bear in the corner.
These fucking guys just don't get me.
Studded belts line the wall.
Taking back Sunday, but whatever.
You sit in your large leatherback chair.
Yeah, this is going great.
You
In
hear
this room. You guys got it all wrong. I've been waiting for this.
as you're sitting in your large leatherback chair facing the fireplace, you hear a sizzling.
It's just the bacon, don't worry.
You recognize this sound. On the wall, etched in a plaque, is a bit of magical parchment paper. And you know, when you hear that sizzle, that it is glowing red.
Oh, God.
Red, that you need to answer the call, the message magically scribed on the parchment. You stand up. Before you even head to the parchment, you go to the table beside you and start grabbing all your gear, your armor, your weapons, your supplies, your adventuring equipment, because you know when something's written on there, it's time for you to go.
It's those shit phone.
Yes. As you walk over to the red burning parchment, you see scribed on the wall in front of you, report. Baldur's Gate in chaos.
Direct.
Immediately seek Captain Zoj.
All right. We're off to find
Zorj.
Zoloft.
Zork.
Oh, God, no.
Who's the Power Ranger guy?
Zordon?
Zordon.
You asked the right room.
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
Make a history check for me.
Sure.
Roll with advantage, because it's about Baldur's Gate and you've been living here for quite some time.
You've had this condo for a while now.
That's going to be a sweet 21.
Captain Zorj. It's a little curious that that the call is directing you towards him. Usually,
Yeah, it's not the coolest.
usually, when you answer this burning parchment, you report to Uldar Ravensguard.
Oh, he's the Duke.
He's the Grand Duke of
Grand
Baldur's
Duke.
Gate
Right.
and the head operating officer of the Flaming Fist. He's the head honcho of the whole organization and the head honcho of all of Baldur's Gate, sort of Emperor Palpatine, not in personality, but in terms of what he controls.
Gotcha.
He controls the Senate. You wouldn't say that you have a close relationship with Udar, but that he always calls on you when he needs something done off the books and he can't have the Flaming Fist out in the open doing these tasks.
Gotcha.
So it's curious that he's not calling you.
Call him maybe.
But, you know, the Flaming Fist is always good with their payments, and the money comes in large gold coins
Not small ones.
that you use to furnish your elaborate apartment in the
wonderful
Upper City.
apartment.
Studio apartment.
As you head to the door that exit out onto the streets, you quickly. What'd you do?
I don't know. It's
You
going
broke
bad.
Keep going, I'll fix it.
Okay. Narashimo, right? Is that still right? Narashimo?
Nashimo.
Nashimo. I'll get it eventually.
Like national, but national.
Nashimo. Before you open the door, you slowly pull back the curtain from the window next to the door, and you see that the sun is shining. It's about midday in Baldur's Gate. Frustrated, you grab this massive black cloak off your stalagmite.
Like if you've ever watched Buffy the Vampire Slayer, I have to throw like this giant coat over me to just hate the day.
I imagine your coat hook is like a stalagmite ornament with hooks on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You don it and you open the door and walk out into Baldur's Gate. You take a few steps up because, of course, your apartment is a garden apartment. It's gotta be, it's gotta be as underground as possible.
I had to really get down there.
You quickly look left. You quickly look right, and you see that the upper city is quite crowded. Much more, right, left, for cars in the street. It's very crowded. You know that something is happening to the city or the surrounding area around it, but you certainly weren't expecting the upper city to be as packed as refugees from the lower city.
Certainly not normal. Normal.
Normal.
Yeah, you pushing that one.
That ain't normal.
You quickly blend into the crowds that are moving through the upper city. Make a perception check.
Yeah. 19.
You spot them immediately. Make a stealth check.
Yep.
Oh, we all. Yeah, Joe froze.
Joe froze? Oh boy.
That's amazing.
Going that direction.
That's pretty great.
God damn it, Twitch.
God damn it.
Oh, that is.
Oh god, now he's gone.
Can they still?
That's your new profile picture.
As long as you can still hear me, that's fine. Yeah, that's the important
I
part.
made the stealth check.
Yeah, how'd you do?
Real well.
You have to tell me the number.
22.
22.
Good.
Excellent.
Very well. That was great.
Your skills, proficient, hide you from the men that you see. These men are dressed very similar to you in large black cloaks, also trying to blend into the mountains of traffic moving through the streets.
Posers.
You don't even know about My Chemical Romance, do you?
They just want to, They just wanted to.
You don't even know me.
They stop you and ask you where you got those sick army boots that just go.
To your father.
With a hot topic, you tie 42 laces. You're like, fuck.
I got the checkerboard shoelaces.
So you see them as they're trying to spot you, but now having a difficult time. They're dressed very similar to you, in black cloaks, black gear, black armor, black leather armor. They have a sigil on their chest of a skull with burning eyes and flames burning around it, much similar to the sigil I'm wearing here. You know that. Who said that? Who said that?
It happened off in the distance.
This place is actually haunted.
Filled with refugees. I can tell.
Mom, can you come get me?
They're making fun of me.
Making fun of me. Yes, you know the symbol to be the symbol of Baal, the god of murder. The organization inside Baldur's Gate that worships Baal has been a rooted organization that has been in Baldur's Gate since the beginning of the city's construction.
Can't get rid
Not too long ago, like several years for human standards, but feels a little more recent to you as a drow. Baal, this god of murder, infiltrated the city heavily with worshippers, and open murders rampaged throughout the streets as this dark, demonic, murdering god tried to take over its inhabitants. Luckily, with the help of the Flaming Fist and some local adventuring heroes, they managed to fight against Baal and, recant him and rebuke him. But members of this organization still pop up here and there, very curious that they're walking out in the open in the middle of the day, maybe trying to take an opportunity in the chaos happening in the city.
Crime of opportunity.
They are moving fast against you. Getting closer, you see them draw their weapons underneath their cloaks, knowing that you somehow sometimes help the Flaming Fist. They don't notice you see them. What would you like to do?
Yeah, I'm just gonna sneak attack straight out the gate.
Sure.
Get behind the group and take the last guy out.
Absolutely. As they walked off the sidewalk on one side, you walk off the sidewalk on the other. You both merge into this large crowd of people traveling in both directions up the street. You kind of blend in, duck down behind a carriage that's moving quickly, northbound, and try to get behind them. Make another stealth check.
Yeah. 14.
14. They do not notice you. You get up behind them as they kind of stop in the middle of traffic, hunched down, daggers drawn, looking around like they just saw you but don't know where you went. And of course, you are behind them.
Oh, yeah.
What would you like to do?
I'm good. We're going to sneak attack with advantage to do the 1d6 plus my 1d4 for the dagger.
Make the attack.
Nat 20.
Rey Mysterio.
Never make a miss.
So if you
roll the sneak attack too, right?
Yeah, so it'll be your dagger damage plus your sneak attack damage.
Awesome. 6, 7, 8, 9. That's 13, 15.
So give me the flavor. You walk up behind one of these guys.
Just like straight out of Assassin's Creed, they just start dropping. Like one to the neck, and we move them forward, and then just continuing through the line of guys.
Sure. As you kill one just straight up, his body thuds down onto the stone gravel. The other one looks at you. Do you go for the kill or do you?
Absolutely. I mean, just lunge forward.
You just lunge forward with both daggers right into his neck so he can't scream anything as you bring him down into the street. The traffic is so heavy that nobody even notices these clash of black cloaks. You immediately just sheathe your weapons and continue moving with the traffic as if nothing happened.
There's no time. Red paper.
No time.
Red paper. No
That's
time.
what she said. No time.
You know that you're seeking Captain Zoj, but you don't know where he is, so you have to do some investigating in the town to find out where he is. Gib.
Yes.
Old Gib, or should I call you 11? Because this is...
Take some inspiration.
Yes. For those on stream, Will was the only one to write his information down wrong for me. So he wrote his armor class under his name and his name under his armor class. Gib, about 4 days ago, you were in Candle Keep. A local keep, maybe we'll probably just say 4 days south of Baldur's Gate. Candle Keep is known as the Grand Library of Faerun, of the Sword Coast, of the the continent that we're playing this or that we're participating on here. You've studied at the Candle Keep for majority of your life, learning the ways of arcane magic, becoming a wizard, and proficient with high intelligent spells. to the perception of everyone else at Candlekeep, you have Rose on top of the ranks of your class. Passed your test with flying colors, learned spells faster than everyone else, has gained the attention of the head wizard, whose name is, what's his name? His name is Uthrat. He's the head wizard at Candlekeep. Uthrat.
If Jimmy's a genius, I'm Utant.
You've caught the eye of Uthrat so much, and of course all of Candlekeep knows what has happened, or that something has happened to Eltriel, and there's a mass chaos happening at Baldur's Gate, as there's a big fear that it might be next. Uthrat calls you to his office. He sits you down. His office is decorated. There's a door, but every inch of wall has bookshelves and books, almost like wallpaper, covering his entire office, with one kind of modest desk in the center, stacked up with books everywhere. He's a pretty young guy to be the head wizard. His kind of like innate natural spell casting.
They're calling it
Just how you like them.
that is.
His like just natural affinity for the arcane arts has ascended him to the top ranks at Candlekeep. He looks over at you and he says, Gib, thank you for joining my office. How are your midterms?
Quite easy as always.
Oh, Gib. My star pupil. Certainly there's not a illegitimate
Child running
no,
around.
what's the word where you... There's certainly not a copy-written paper that you have turned in. Plagiarized paper that you have turned in.
You never plagiarized, you nerd.
You're the most honest, hardworking, well-respected student at the Candlekeep.
Oh, that much is certain.
Make a deception check.
Doing bad things.
You ain't really smart.
14. Of course, Uthrant rolls with disadvantage because he knows that you're the most honest, hardworking. Uthrat rolls. He says, I have
In that closet.
very important task for my star student, my shining pupil. I have orders.
Useless.
Oh shit! Should have put that on my.
Another illusion.
Sorry.
No, it's
The realization that he's just terrible at what he does hit me. It was great.
Fucking fraud.
I have orders from one of the dukes, one of the 4 dukes of Baldur's Gate.
Too many dukes.
Her name is Thralimra Vanthapur. Thalimra Vanthapur.
Not difficult to do.
It's like,
It was right off the top.
I'm so bad with names, but we'll get there. She, again, is one of the 4 dukes of Baldur's Gate. She has sent word that she needs the assistance of our wizardly order. I am sending you to go meet her in my stead. I must stay here and delve into the books of the Candlekeep, the Grand Library, to find some bit of information, some source material about what has happened at Ethereal, or Elturel. Sorry, there's so much happening on. I can't remember the names of it.
So many books.
So much going
No
on.
wonder, can I get too much information?
Take these orders. March to Baldur's Gate. Cross Worms Crossing into the city and seek this Duke out. Report to her and see how you can help her. Can I trust you with this?
Of course, Uthrat, it'd be my pleasure.
It warms me and comforts me to
Was his name
know
Jafar? Did I catch? Was that Jafar?
to know that you will perform well at this task. Here, the orders are yours. Take your supplies and be on your way. Hurry now, boy.
He just packs like some Laffy Taffies and like some Nerds robes. He's ready to go.
Do I see any students on my way out?
Oh yeah, so like as you leave his office, it's right off the Grand Library, which has desks and like study nooks and everything just like in between.
Tarts, you're like,
Yeah, in between the bookshelves.
Can I make a perception check to see if there's any like faculty around?
Oh yeah,
Oh my God.
go ahead, roll it.
Fail.
Yeah.
In your determination to boast
Comes the Malort.
to your the Malort, yes. In your determination to boast to your classmates, you don't notice any other teachers in the room.
For the audience, that is Malort's. That is
And that's
Malort's.
your first time?
Is-
First time.
Do you have a
before.
garbage can?
No, he'll just throw up on your
No, he's
lap.
not in the brick seat, so he won't.
Brick, where's the nearest toilet in this house? Do you know?
Malort's.
I'm just gonna stand up, so.
Oh
Look,
god.
the stream is getting used to the vomiting sound, so.
Not bad.
Oh, okay.
Just, I mean, it's not
Wait,
good.
wait for it. Wait for it.
It's not unpleasant after.
It has an unpleasant Christmas aftertaste.
No
to it,
bueno.
so
It's an unpleasant experience.
eating.
Top
It's really not what you
old
want.
dusty
Like
decorations.
grapefruit.
It's not as bad as people
was in
say.
the trash.
It's like if
was
algae
really
was
old.
growing on a pine cone.
It tastes like
I say
dirt.
pine cone and
And then
gasoline.
my dog ate
Yeah.
it and shit it out.
And then Brick threw it up.
Too far.
Yeah.
So I would.
Yeah.
Bro.
In my
That's where we're going.
absence,
Just making sure.
Yeah, that's it.
Since
That's
I don't
the
think
line.
any
Dogs
faculties
pooping
around,
things out.
I would
Too far.
spot somebody I recognize and I throw up one of these, and I spike his books out of his face, and I take my way out. Of the hall.
Great.
Wait. What is the
Look at nerd.
what's the bridge he's going to right now?
Worm crossing.
So you can call him a bookworm. But once he gets there, we won't get that too far yet.
Make a sleight of hand check.
To knock the book out of his hand.
Look at
This
this
is going well. It's a 4.
4.
dumb as hell.
Oh.
I'm just picturing you trying to slap the books out of somebody's hand. That person going,
They're just holding them.
You're for sure that guy in high school that would like spin the book on his finger walking around like
Falling the whole time. He's like, oh,
Miraculously, as you book this total nerd, his books, slam on the ground and open or in a huge mess. Papers fly everywhere. A faculty member who just like rounds the corner
Get your way.
goes, Marcus, I have told you 1,000 times, be nice to the books. We must keep them in pristine care. Gib, you must excuse Marcus once again. Please, I know you're on a very important quest. Anything you need, it's yours.
This is a perfect opportunity to brown nose someone actually try to help me.
Marcus is just getting shattered.
It's okay, buddy. Be more careful next time.
what a rat bastard.
You're like
Christ.
You're like if Harry Potter was a total dick, you know?
Mark's like, what the fuck,
if
guys?
they talk to Malfoy instead.
Marcus is about to
that sucks.
Joffrey's brother window ledge. I'm done.
As you help Marcus pick up his books, totally laughing at him the whole time, you gather your gear and you head out of Candlekeep, making the 4-day journey north by wagon. The Candlekeep has a cart service that goes back forth to Baldur's Gate, and you head there. 4 days passes, which catches you up to today's time where everything is happening, and you are standing on the opposite end of Worm's Crossing from where the entrance is to Baldur's Gate. You can now reference this bridge in front of us where this big crowd of people are. There's a lot of commotion happening on Worm's Crossing. The gates to Baldur's Gate at the end of the bridge are closed and locked. A massive crowd of refugees are in a police line, riot sort of situation with a line of flaming fist guards as they're trying to keep the refugees back from breaking down the gate to get into the city. They're so panicked about what's happening, they just need to get inside, but the flaming fist has closed off the city. You're going to find it a little difficult to get through this crowd.
If only you were.
They're not ready to pay cover.
We'll come back to you. They're not ready to pay cover.
Give me a 20.
There's an orc door guy just no, you're not getting in.
No, you're not close enough.
Ilya,
Yeah.
you are standing on the streets of Baldur's Gate. Your mask on your face, your cloak covering your body and all your gear. You know you must find this man, this dwarf that you saw in your vision. A good place to check in when trying to find someone is with the Flaming Fist, or by any other resources you might have. What would you like to do?
If my choices were the Flaming Fist or anything else, I guess the Flaming Fist.
Sure. Absolutely. I'm glad you said that.
Good choice.
The Flaming Fist headquarters, their barracks, is located sort of in the middle of the lower city on this half. Probably just a few blocks south of the Elf Song Tavern, a very famous tavern in Baldur's Gate. You make your way down there. It's quite difficult to do so with so many people like hustling, bustling, but you almost kind of like it because nobody looks at you, nobody stops you, nobody questions you or anything like that. You can make your way towards the Flaming Fist headquarters. The headquarters looks like a miniature keep itself. Large stone blocks tier up, 20 feet tall and then like level out into like a central tower. With a large,
it's a dais. It's a dais. It's a dais.
a large steel gate, covering the entrance into the headquarters. A 4 guards stand out front. Excuse me. As you step in front of them, they look at you and they say, "Move along, no standing, lots of moving in the city."
I wish to enter this keep.
Who are you to demand anything of the Flaming Fist?
I'm sorry, who are you?
I'm in charge of this station here.
Well, you're not doing a very good job now, are you?
I don't have to listen to you. Move along before we make you move.
No, you won't be doing that. I'd like to enter this keep, please.
Are you intimidating? Are you persuading?
I'm gonna go with intimidate.
Roll it.
Okay.
Oof, not the droid you're looking for.
You're going to let me in.
Oh no, they are not.
What'd you roll?
I rolled an 8.
Well, the guard rolled on that 1.
Sick.
So
The guard needs to take some Malort.
oh yeah.
Oh no!
I could have gotten away with not saying I rolled on that 1.
From your eye.
Must be true to the game.
So I roll way more dice than you guys, so I'm at a disadvantage
Keep the
here.
game going.
Say yes, I bows
As the sun sets down, bitches.
The sun's getting really low.
Fucking mother.
And then there's just stay tuned to the chum.
Technical difficulties.
Yeah, exactly.
We switched to the Be Right Back scene.
The cheers to the guard who just got intimidated by
Yeah, you're just
Elia.
on the job. Clearly, not doing a very good one.
Oh, my lord.
It'd be fine.
Barfs everywhere.
It'd be fine if you didn't have a tongue. You know what I mean?
If it didn't taste at all.
If I didn't have a tongue, I could drink Malort all day.
You could just
have a taste.
Post Malone's
feed
taste
it
buds
to
would be
it right
crying.
back
He's
here.
so upset right now.
Oh, you know this is a Chicago stream when we're taking shots of Malort.
Thank God I had that on hand.
A good way to get rid of it. I got it. Okay,
Let's host our next D&D.
the guard.
I intimidate him.
Now realizing that you're this mysterious creature. How tall are you? How big are you?
Like 5'6", just average.
5'6".
Yeah.
Feels just like this almost unnatural presence radiating from you. Kind of calms down and gives you more respect.
Yeah.
He goes, I suppose there is a lot happening in the city. You might have information of the sort. What's your business here?
I'm looking for a man.
Ah, a man. Any more description of this man?
I don't know if you're the right person to ask, really.
He's the commander of the gate.
I understand.
Okay. I don't know. Is there drinking on the job?
Make a... He doesn't want to be.
He's still doing
Make another intimidation check. God damn it. It's a 4. It's not that one.
Sure it is.
It's...
I need a camera on your dice.
No more cameras.
We are out of the US.
No more cameras.
What'd you roll?
17.
17. He goes, very well. I suppose I can let you inside. You can talk to the acting officer on duty. His name is Salon.
Salon?
Salon.
Salon.
Salad man.
Salon.
Salon. Yes.
Yeah, he doesn't like being called that.
I'm gonna call him that.
Really?
Sal.
And as he whistles behind him, gives a twirl of his finger, you hear the of the iron gate rising in front of you. He kind of like steps to the side, motion you inside, welcome you in, and you walk inside.
Yeah, I'd brisk past him.
Absolutely. Typically, the headquarters of the Flaming Fist, the barracks, the station of the mercenary guard throughout Baldur's Gate is pretty dense with Flaming Fist officers, lieutenants, soldiers, shieldmen, pikemen, cluttering the area. But it's almost completely bare. It's very clear to you that every single Flaming Fist member is out on the streets trying to keep order. Not a lot of them are inside the headquarters. So it's very easy for you to like walk in and walk through the space. There's a long stone-walled hallway with a stone floor, and there are 8, 4 on each side, prison cells right inside the gate as you walk through. All the cells are packed with people, drunks, people who were causing fights in the street, robbers taking opportunity with the chaos and everything. They are just packed, and there's one guard patrolling all 8 cells. Do you want to stop and interact with any of them or the guard, or you want to keep trekking through?
No, absolutely.
Sure. You pass the guard. He kind of just like looks at you, sees that you're like covered in a mask and a cloak, and is just like, "Oh, I'm not trying to fuck with that." You know what I mean? And you walk into this sort of like center junction of the keep. And behind you, in front of you, and to the left and right of you are more hallways with more jail cells that sound like they're pretty full. In the corner across from you, there's a spiral staircase that goes up into the tower and then down into like the dungeons of the keep. There are 2 Flaming Fist guards in the center, sort of like patrolling the whole area. They walk up to you. Oi! What are you doing here? How can we help you?
I'm here to see whoever's in charge.
Ah! Okay, you're looking for the lieutenant on duty then?
Yeah, I suppose I am, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. I suppose that's true. He's upstairs in his office.
Fantastic. I continue past them.
And you just like brush through them, like hitting their shoulders, and the one guy goes, "Well, what did I say? I was just trying to help." And his buddy just like hits him on the shoulder, like, "You should hear you. They can hear you, man. I don't know, calm down."
Respects me.
You walk up the spiral staircase, 2 floors to like the office floor inside the tower. As you leave the floor, you can see a bunch of like office doors and a hallway. And on the opposite end of the hallway, there are like windows and portcullises that look out over the city. Do you want to look through these windows, or are you just looking for the lieutenant's office?
I'm just going straight for it.
Sure. You walk past probably 4 or 5 doors on the left-hand side before you see Lieutenant Dudley. His name plaqued on the door.
Doug Lee?
Doug
Or
Lee. Doug Lee.
Interesting.
Like Doug from the Nickelodeon show. Yeah.
Doug.
Yeah.
In marks the Hollywood. Young whipper.
The door is closed.
The neck for talking.
I open it.
Yeah. You just open it with determination.
It's just open now. Well, you got
Turns
that
out that's
door.
how you deal with doors.
Fuck.
You just open them.
You just opened it.
Don't know if anyone knew that.
Shit.
You see Doug Lee. He is a human male.
Wait, Doug Lee or Dudley?
Doug Lee.
Like Doug Funny.
Yes. Like the Nickelodeon show. I fucking said that. Lieutenant Dudley is at his desk writing on some parchment. He doesn't even look up. He seems so busy. And he goes, "Yes, what of it?"
I walk up and just slam my hands down on his desk and say, I'm looking for someone.
Well, you could ask nicely.
I don't know that I can.
Make an intimidation check.
Wow.
It's a 7.
7. Now you'll take a seat, and I'll help you accordingly. I have a busy schedule, and you'll show me the respect I deserve.
I think he won.
I take a seat.
Very good. Now, this person you're looking for must be important if my guards out front let you inside. Why are you looking for this man?
Well, first of all, your guards outside are rather weak. You should maybe up that, just so you know.
He looks at you, kind of like looks behind them, and he looks back at you and he goes, "The guards left in the headquarters are the weakest of the crop. I know this. My good men are out in the streets trying to keep everything in order. But as you can see, we are completely overwhelmed. The Grand Duke is missing. I can't keep everyone in line. My captains are trying to gain their own power inside the order. I've sent forth for a faraway captain, Raven's God's daughter. She's stationed at a Flaming Fist outpost in Chult, a continent.
Cut him off.
What do you say?
I'm sorry, I didn't ask for your personal business. I told you that you had weak guards. You should remove them.
Oh, as he was like, trying to vent a little bit about all these frustrations, he understands you're not here for that. He goes, I understand. Thank you for the information. Now tell me, who are you looking for?
Well, I don't know his name.
Okay.
Do I know that he had the black hand on him? Did I see that? Was that him?
Mm-mm.
I'm asking you personally.
No, you saw Smithers' character.
Okay.
Yeah, in your vision.
Right.
Yeah.
Third person.
Third person, yeah.
How do I describe?
So he was a dwarf. He was like a paladin-looking guy on the outskirts of El Triel. You have his physical description.
These are
Tripod. Do you want to give us a quick physical description of your character?
Pretend this is in my voice as he says this.
Yes.
Describing it to this guy.
He's about 4 feet tall, massive bulge in his pants.
This is how I'm describing it.
Wait, what's 4 foot tall?
The tripod.
Which part?
Okay.
I am a dwarf, but I'm cursed. So, 4 feet tall, very handsome, just under fully adult dwarf. He's 49, not quite 50.
Yeah.
I know this specifically.
Yes, you know this.
Yes.
Beard's a little patchy, so.
He's clearly going through puberty. Dwarf
Late
puberty.
stages.
The tail end of it.
Yes, which explains the massive erection that he carries constantly.
You should know this man.
Carries
by
a
the
glaive.
erection.
What's a glaive?
It's a very, very. It's like you ever seen somebody trim trees that are really high up?
Yeah. It
Yes.
has a little.
It's a pole arm. It's like a very long spear, but instead of a pointed tip, it has a curved blade on it. So you swing it instead of like jabbing with it.
So you could like slowly and gruesomely just be chopping a guy's neck off like 20 feet away.
Yeah.
10,
Yes.
but sure.
Yeah.
10,
Yeah.
yeah.
10
It's
feet.
tied up to a chair, and you're like,
Yeah.
don't want to ruin my clothes.
Anything else with your description there, Tripod?
Did I mention supremely handsome?
Yes, we got that.
This is the man I'm looking for.
A fully erect young dwarf with a glaive.
You should know him well, I believe.
We actually arrested a dwarf of this description not a few days ago.
Rock hard.
May I ask why you're looking for him? I have suspicion that he might have something to do with what happened at El Triel.
We keep telling him to seek medical attention.
It's been more than
He keeps,
an hour.
he keeps passing out.
The blood is all there.
Yes, is there a reason why you're looking for this dwarf? This anomaly?
I have similar suspicions to you. I've been sent here.
Very good. I was able to get some information from him from our
Through smacking. Did you try slapping?
Oh, did I? Did I ever?
Spanked him silly.
Getting the tripod.
I managed to learn that this dwarf witnessed the events of El Triel. That the event shook him. Made him almost. I feel like he didn't outright say it, but I felt like he might disown the gods that he worshipped, the gods that he trained under.
I stand up immediately when you say that.
Yes, of course. Maybe you can get more information from this dwarf. Here, he hands you a brass key. Down in the dungeons, 6th door on the right. He's held in that cell.
Slapping glove.
You can tell my men I've sent you. They'll let you in alone with him.
I know they will. They are weak.
You don't have to keep saying it.
Really driving that home.
Fucking did it.
I I take the key and I leave. I walk away. I say nothing more.
Oh, and then you just close the door behind you. Don't even close the door.
No, I definitely do not close the door.
Yes. You make your way down to the dungeons of the keep. And on the 6th door on the right, I'm pretty sure that's what I said.
Yes.
They will check it later in the
Do we need to
lobby.
move a character yet?
No.
Okay.
No, don't worry. You
the
Are
mind,
you supposed to put his little guy down?
you see a guard standing in front one of the clearly blocked off dungeon cells. He looks at you, sees the key in your hand, and doesn't even say anything to you as he just like walks away. Like, I got it.
I definitely chuckle to myself and say, weak.
And he goes, you don't have to say it out loud.
Gotta do my best.
Is there other people in the jail cell? Like,
So inside it'll just be you and this tripod character.
I don't want to go into it right away. I'm just outside of the jail
Correct.
cell.
Yeah, you're just outside of it. Yeah.
Good friends.
Do you want to question the guard?
Stick in there with you? I don't understand.
Do you want to question the guard?
No.
Okay. Yeah, he walks away.
I don't care about it.
You're standing outside the door with the key.
Okay. Yeah, I'd like to look at the dwarf.
Yeah, so there's like wrought iron bars as you look in. He's tied up, conscious, kind of looking around.
And erect.
Tripod, make a perception check.
All the blood is somewhere else.
He tried to tuck it in his belt. It's not working.
They took my belt.
18.
18. You see a masked figure standing on the opposite side of the door into your cell. Do you want to say anything?
No. I want to make long, sustained eye contact.
Look at her, not me.
Oh God.
I mean, I have a mask on that really covers my eyes, so like, it doesn't matter to me.
You get no like expression or emotion or body language from this person.
That bitch cold.
Is there anything you want to do?
Cold as hell.
Yeah, I'd like to look at him and say, is this game over then?
Depends. Are you here to slap me around some more?
Of course,
hopeful.
Ilya, you recognize the face of this dwarf from your vision.
Yeah, I put the glove on. Well, since you asked. Yeah, I'm gonna look at him and just say, would you like to leave?
It makes no difference to me. Everything I've ever known is dead. Everything sucks. I'm the
I roll
second
my
emo
eyes
guy in
and
this
cannot
story.
I put the key in the lock. And I want to make direct eye contact with him
Yeah.
and say, if you prove useless to me, I'll have no problem killing you.
Oh, I like her.
Most ruthless pally I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, man.
Seems unnecessary for an introduction, but sure.
I don't believe this was an introduction.
Well, they call me Tripod. Who the bloody hell are you?
I'm the person here to unlock the door, and I unlock the door.
The door unlocks. It's ajar. You now see this
Keep those keys.
masked, hooded creature
Okay.
standing in the doorway. Make another perception check.
6.
It's hard to tell because you've been down in the dark for so long. You don't get much off of her, her presence other than what's been described.
So are you gonna tell me why you're here? What do you want with me?
No. And then I go and I untie him.
She starts to unbind you, and you feel, relieved as the ropes are now off your wrist,
It's all.
off your chest.
But it doesn't matter either way because blood doesn't circulate anywhere else.
All right, I am immediately going to get up and walk towards the door.
Yeah, you start walking towards the door.
I follow him.
Sure. Tripod, you see your gear on the ground inside
I keep
the
the
prison.
Your specially crafted
Yeah.
piece.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely. You grab it before you leave the chamber. Do you follow behind him?
Yeah.
Very good. Tripod, this person, this creature, you don't know who or what he or she is, why they're doing this, but you're certainly relieved that they have, set you free. You've heard the guards talking a lot about this Captain Zaj. He might be a good person to seek out for information on maybe how to get the hell out of this city.
Get the hell into hell.
With that bit of information, you make your way towards the exit of the keep. You're kind of following behind. Is there any more interaction between you two, or are you both in your kind of like determined states?
I have nothing to say.
No.
Very good.
I'm literally following him.
Are Zaj and Zorj the same person?
They are. I just suck at pronouncing names.
I just need to make sure.
George.
Zaj. I'm gonna try to stick with Zaj.
Zaj.
Dodge.
Zodge.
Zodge.
Zaj.
Like Dodge. But
Yeah, Zaj. Thank you. That's what I was looking for. They were even kind enough, Wizards of the Coast. Thank you for this pronunciation guide.
Oh
book.
wow!
Oh my god.
So we'll get there.
Does it have Braille over it too? So you can like just engage and be like.
Tripod.
Yes.
Is there anything you would like to do now that you are free inside Baldur's Gate, or would you like to go seek out Captain Zaj?
I want to find Captain Zaj because my number one goal is to find him for a way to get the fuck out of this city.
Yeah, excellent. You start making your way towards the Worms Crossing, where Captain Zaj is stationed. Dormir. Mir.
Dormammu.
Dormir. You and Norfrim have made your way to the upper city. He has the relic in hand, and throughout the lower cities, you've had to like push people away, tell people to stop looking at the high elf you're traveling with. Some people try to mug them in the streets. You strong-armed them. It severely injured some people. Exactly. And you have done so without any consequence. Even right in front of like Flaming Fist mercenaries, they do not care. They are just trying to keep like as much order as possible. Is there anything you would like to talk about with the High Elf Norfrim before you kind of get to your destination?
What type of relationship do I have with Norfrim besides the business relationship?
So he's hired you. You've traveled with him for about 2 months down the Sword Coast from one of the northern cities of Faerun. He's hired you several times. Sometimes it's gone like months between him contacting you. Sometimes it's been days. But you're very familiar with him, his merchant business, his ways, and the people he associates with. So yeah, he hires you a lot, and it's kind of up to you if you guys are like buddies or not.
Okay. I'd like to ask just a little more, get a little more information regarding the relic that he's delivering and what it is and why it's so important.
Sure. He's reluctant to say so in the lower city, but as soon as you cross Baldur's Gate into the upper city, there's like a big sigh of relief. He goes, yes, the relic. My team excavated far up north in the cold reaches of the spine of the world near the Well of Damnation. We found this unholy relic. Its power, I think, is long gone. I've had it appraised. I've had detect magic cast on it several times. Whatever magical curses or ailments afflicted this idol no longer remain. And he kind of like briefly shows it to you. It's this big kind of like hulking dwarf or like small human type idol with these massive like stone bat wings coming from his back. Instead of a beard, he has these like serpents, like Medusa's hair, but on his face, like tunneling down, large ruby eyes.
How big is it?
It's probably like 6-8 inches tall and like 4 inches wide. He goes, yes, this is going to fetch a fair price.
What do I know about, or what does he tell me about the buyer?
The buyer, one of the high noblemen of Baldur's Gate. He serves on the governing council that handles a lot of the small-time like government policies before they sort of get decided by the Grand Four, the dukes of Baldur's Gate. He's very political, a very well-known figure in Baldur's Gate, but has an odd fascination with these dark, unholy relics, and I've sold to him many, many items.
Okay. Okay, I'd like to continue on to the buyer.
Sure, absolutely. You guys make your way across the upper city to this nobleman's house. It's this grand 3-story with a sick 4-car garage. You know, like pool in the back, doorman in the front. They let you in as they know who you and Norfrim are, or at least who Norfrim is. And the nobleman like approaches. He goes, yes, Norfrim, you have come at an opportune time, right before they sealed off the gates into our fair city. You have the item in hand? And Norfrim says, yes, please, let's step to your office and make our dealings. And Norfrim looks at you and kind of like gestures like, come on, let's go. Do you want to go into the meeting room, or do you want to kind of stay in the foyer?
I'll go into the meeting room.
Sure. You go to the meeting room. You kind of like stand behind Norfrim as they sit down at the table. Norfrim puts the idol on the large, finely crafted, masterworked wooden table, and does the ribbon, the cloth down. And the idol is standing like proudly on top of the table. The nobleman looks at it and is just astounded. Oh, by the 9, this is a fantastic piece. You must tell me where you found it, how it was positioned. Was there anything else? And they kind of like go back and forth. You can tell Norfrim's kind of like hyping him up to try to get him to pay more. You know what I mean? And they end up settling on 2,000 gold pieces in exchange for the idol.
Kill them and take the money.
The nobleman, after finishing the deal...
Before they start.
Yeah.
Interrupting game.
I want to demand that the buyer tells me why he wants this piece.
Make an intimidation check, Mr. Demand.
61, just kidding.
What?
61.
Let me see that dice.
I got a plus
21.
21.
It's a 70-sided dice.
Completely caught off guard by the interjection. The nobleman like looks over at Norfrim like, control your servant. And Norfrim's like, he's not my servant. You know what I mean? Like, no, answer his question. And he looks up at you and he goes, why do you seek such information?
My family fought in the Holy War against the undead, or the demons, the abyssal, and this relic is some. This relic reminds me of stories my father had told me as a child.
Yo, ties to the Blood Wars?
My father fought in the Blood Wars with the High Elf armies.
Oh, I see you now in a different light. That's incredible. I would love to sit down with you and get as much information about your father's stories and his work. Oh.
Tell me why you want this goddamn relic.
You have to understand, I just have a personal fascination with these old demonic relics, and
I don't believe you.
make an insight check.
Bullshit.
We'll smell that.
12. He actually seems pretty sincere. And as you like look around, he's got these like relics, about his like office and stuff, and they're not in any like culty, worshipy arrangement.
Like paperweights.
Yeah, you know what I mean. It's like on my desk, I've got a statue of Darth Vader, and like you know what I mean. Not.
You go to Mark's office and he's got fucking sideshows everywhere.
Yeah.
They don't do anything.
Yeah, exactly. He just like
really fancy.
That's all it is a collection piece.
From what you can perceive, yeah.
Makes sense.
Okay.
His wife's sick of it, you know what I mean? Like it's just in his office. Yeah. Like you're
2.5 feet tall.
you're totally right to like interject, like accuse him of being a cult member, especially in Baldur's Gate. There's so many devil worshippers, demon worshippers. You know what I mean? But this guy just seems like a total fucking nerd.
A nerd.
Whoa.
Just like seems like some nerd who buys a bunch
taking
of
it back.
busts and
Then
things.
I relax a little bit and say, okay, I apologize for the interjection.
And Norfrim like looks back at the nobleman and goes, you'll remember who you deal with me and my associates here. And he goes, yes, of course. Take the gold, hang out if you want. I've got extra swim trunks if you want to take a dip. Humidity pool, yeah.
Stares over the bay.
It gets very warm though.
Northrum collects the gold, collects you. You guys leave the house, and you're kind of standing on the open streets in the upper city. Northrum looks at you, and he goes, here, I suppose I ought to pay you now, and dips in the gold, gives you 50 gold pieces. Our agreement for...
Shit, he just got
So we have
2K.
all gotten met this guy.
I have a bit of unfortunate
You didn't cut that
news.
cop's ass.
That's true. You didn't pull up Mark.
Dormir, as you know, the 50 gold pieces is actually half of what you were supposed to get.
I slightly unsheathed my dagger.
He's like, calm down now. Let me explain. Our original contract was for you to come with me to Baldur's Gate, drop off the idol, then head back up north to Neverwinter, keeping me safe. I've gotten orders of a different kind, and unfortunately, I'm going to have to leave Baldur's Gate without you. You see, the Flaming Fist has sent out an executive order across the city. All adventurers, mercenaries, sellswords, and men for hire are to report to Captain Zaj on the Worms Crossing Bridge. So I can only pay you for half the journey, and you are to report to him immediately.
We've done business for quite a long time. You'll pay me the remainder of our contract deal right now.
Make an intimidation check.
Kick his ass.
Ain't my fault you're playing change, dude.
Yeah, 11.
So he looks at you. He kind of looks past you. He sees two dead bodies in the middle of the street, covered in blood, black cloaks.
Sorry, bud.
Black cloaks in black leather armor. He sees another mugging happening up the street with Flaming Fist guards patrolling, doing absolutely nothing. And he just goes, I'll give you the rest of the gold now. Yeah, I'll give you the rest of the gold
It's almost like someone
right now. Gives you another 50 gold pieces. And he says, please, again, if you're back in Neverwinter, seek me out. I'm sure I will be in need of your excellent services. You're getting that 5-star Yelp review. Don't worry.
Okay, that's fantastic. I
might write that in the
I
comments.
bid him
He
a
did
fair,
threaten me.
fond farewell, and I head
stars.
towards the Worms Crossing. On my way towards the Worms Crossing, I
Yeah.
stop at the two black, cloaked, dead.
Shit, if they had good shit, I'm
Yeah,
gonna be
yeah.
upset.
I flip one of them over and I see the sigil,
Yeah.
and I remove it and put it in my pocket.
So it's actually an etching on the
okay.
cloak,
Okay.
tattered. But if you want, you could take the cloak.
Yeah.
I'd like to take the cloak and fold it up and keep it in my bag.
Yeah, you untie it from this dead body, fold it up, put in your pack, put cloak of ball.
Just from
in your
my
inventory.
current
Press
character
A to
place, I
apply.
wouldn't put that on before we meet.
No, absolutely not.
Hey, metagaming.
No, this is
I'm just warning you.
So the whole idea is I recognize a symbol.
I got you.
Yeah,
It could be a decent disguise at some point.
absolutely.
Fight the second
Just saying.
For now on, if you metagame, shot him a lord.
I said that.
No, I'm joking. You're fine. You're fine. And you start making your way to Worms Crossing.
PP? That's
don't want
tripod.
PPP.
Sorry.
Tommy boy. Tommy boy.
Tommy's
Tommy boy, the pipes, the
Which
pipes.
accent we gonna get this time?
It's never changed. It's just slightly been altered.
Yeah, that's an entirely different person. So.
Tommy's also a schizophrenic.
Tommy!
You can grab your miniature.
Ooh, where is he? I don't think I have one.
Did you not pick one?
What the
Oh
hell?
my
I
god.
asked you before we started the stream.
This is a good one. Yeah. All right. Take that one. Got it.
Wow.
Yeah, fine. Smithers, we'll just go find another one.
Will you come over here and will you grab the miniatures or bring over
Where
there?
do I start?
Go ahead and take that wizard off the board there
Okay.
and put yourself there.
I think that's Gib.
Pretty sure that's Gib, yeah.
Okay. Is my mic working?
The big one. Yeah. You have made your way to Worms Crossing. Is there anything else you would like to have done before you've actually made it to Worm Crossing? Do you want to try to talk to anyone? Go to anywhere? Just bring it over to
Yeah,
Smithers.
just Smithers, so Smithers can pick
Smithers can find something for Mark.
Find something that looks like it has a big
Shit.
dick.
Not quite.
No, find something for Mark because that's the perfect mini for you.
I thought so too.
Pick something for Mark.
Find the smallest. mini-
So is there anything you would have tried to have wanted to do before making it to Worms Crossing?
That's it.
Here you go, Mark. This is you.
Honestly, the
Just
only
that guy now.
the only thing that I had to do, I grabbed around 89 butts on the way to Worms Crossing. Some flat, some firm on the way to this bridge with the name Worm.
Yes.
Well done. Nicely rhymed, sir.
You're now standing on Worms Crossing.
Butt rhymes, so it's a proficiency.
You see
Actually, a character flaw.
a sort of like riot-esque situation happening.
Right here?
Yes.
Okay.
A line of flaming fists, 2 layers deep, with Captain Zaj behind them, like barking orders across the crowd. Meeting at the line is a horde of refugees trying to Red Rover their way into Baldur's Gate.
I feel like that would be
Choo-choo!
successful.
Who moved the wizard?
I did, because you're not there.
Oh,
You kind of were there, but we're almost there. There's a big commotion, a big situation happening.
And
Right here,
Cheetos.
people on the street.
And she does.
Yeah.
Right there. Okay.
What would you like to do?
It's not D&D without snacks, bro.
I am gonna do as much as I can to not engage with these folks. So I'm going to weave my way, since I have a small stature, even though I have a big heart.
Yeah.
I will weave my way, attempt
Small
to
penis.
weave my way through the crowd.
Yes. And again, you see Captain Zaj at the back of the group, standing right in front of you there, facing towards the crowd, yelling orders like, "Hold the line! Don't let them through! We need to seal off the city before we can defuse the situation." You're just trying to keep order, like all this stuff going on. Do you want to get his attention, or do you want to wait? What
Tug on his
would you
coattail.
like to do? Yeah.
Grab his butt cheek.
Press it
That's how you say
firmly.
hello.
His butt.
I flick his right butt cheek to get his attention.
Honestly, an
Classic
underrated
gnome.
ability that you can go for a mugging or a stealing and just squeeze his butt cheek if you fail.
Yeah. Great idea. It was
Just
a wonderful
try to rob
save.
him.
Sorry, it was just sexual harassment, not a mugging.
Hey,
mugging.
it's Mark's turn.
I say, Zaj, I need your attention. You need to tell me what the hell is going on here.
Make a persuasion check.
That's just Mark.
16 plus. Where's persuasion?
Just 16.
No, plus 2, right?
No, you won't get that. You
Oh, okay.
16.
Yeah, 16.
At this time, Ilya and Tripod, you can put your miniatures on Worms Crossing as well.
You just put mine directly behind you. I'm following you, like a shadow.
Creep.
Like the classical song "Creep" by Radiohead. That is me.
Captain Zaj, you're talking to him, you're tugging on his coattails, you're even cupping his fine
Cup
butt.
the cheek.
And he doesn't pay any attention to you as he's still just super focused in on what's happening. What would you like to do?
I say, screw this guy, I'm getting through.
Seems like you're trying.
I attempt to make my way, weaving in and out through the middle of this crowded.
So you're trying to report to Captain Zaj. He's the one who
Oh,
can
that
give you
is harder
information. Yeah.
Until he noticed.
Okay, now I give him a little Charlie horse
really-
on the back of his right hamstring.
Sure. Go ahead.
But grab
Make a strength check. Make a strength check.
Make a strength check to twist
Shit.
the cheek.
8.
At this time, Nashimo, you now appear at Worms. Nashimo, you now appear at Worms Crossing, so we can put Nashimo on the bridge as well.
Where's Nashville?
Nashimo treasure. Well, Nashimo is probably under
Nashimo.
Mount Rushmore right now.
You give him a good Charlie horse, kind of like on the back of the knee, and it buckles a little bit, and he like turns around and like doesn't see anyone because you're so small, like standing right behind him.
How tall are you? How tall are you?
Gnomes are like 3 to 4 feet tall.
He's a
Small ass bitch.
Yeah. And he immediately just turns back to the crowd and starts yelling back into the situation,
Got
trying
those phantom
to defuse it.
again.
What would you like to do?
I climb upon his back and get him with my right shoulder.
But that motherfucker.
Make an athletics check. That's a D12. Roll a D20. You want 20 sides.
The one with more sides?
And rolling the wrong die.
There you go.
Shit, even worse. 6.
As you start like climbing his coattails, he's moving so fast that it's like hard to get a grip. But you're now just like a child when they hug their dad's leg, you know. And at this point, Dormir, you are now at Worm's Crossing.
Place me.
Gib, you can put yourself on the riot side of the bridge.
He's a man of the people.
Perfect. Make another athletics check.
I'm just gonna end up killing this guy if he doesn't.
And yeah, we don't know what to do. Campaign's over. Fuck.
15.
15.
And you all failed.
Get the puffs.
You finally like hug his like chest and like waist so hard that he like feels you there, obviously looks down and just sees a gnome of a man clinging to his body and just goes, "Whoa!" You know? He like takes a few steps back, turns around as he like pushes you off him as you like stumble back. And at this point, the rest of the group has like marched up Worm's Crossing and is in line with you. He looks up and sees all of you minus Gib because you're on the other side. And he goes, "Oh, goodness, what are you all doing here? Have you answered the call of the Flaming Fist?"
Oh, God, no. I believe we were looking for you.
Oh,
I
very...
don't know about these other goth weirdos, but...
Sup?
Get me the fuck out of this city.
Me and Big Dick over here. We're looking for you. I don't know.
Excuse me, my name is Tripod.
That's Nashimo, is that right?
Nashville.
Nashimo. Oh, it is bloody well good to see you there, lad.
Where's the Duke? Why are you calling?
Please, just save your questions after I can explain
Fine.
everything. Are these warriors, adventurers, are they with you?
Never seen these guys.
Excuse
Thank
me.
God.
I'm just trying to leave the city.
Hold on. I will answer all your questions. And at this point, all of you hear someone shouting just loud enough to like break the sound of the riot happening in front of you. A young, brisk, hard-working wizard from Candlekeep on the opposite side of the bridge is shouting, trying to get Captain Zod's attention.
Keep business. Keep business. Make way.
You're walking, you've got like the scroll and like with like the stamp of Baldur's Gate and Candlekeep on it, and like you're yelling and you're getting past people, they're not paying attention to you. And you get like to the front line of the riot and like a shield bashes you and you're like, ugh. You know, the Flaming Fist guard looks up at you and goes, "Back, heathen, back!"
Keep business. Keep business.
Make a persuasion check.
-9.
4.
And you hear Captain Zod, "By heavens, let the man through! He's on Candlekeep business, can't you see?" And the guard's like, "Oh, I didn't know,
I
sorry."
told you they were weak.
These are the good ones.
And you break your way through the crowd and join the party talking to Captain Zod.
I made it.
You made it, bud.
He looks at you, Wall, and he says, "Ugh, this damn refugee crisis has soaked fear in Baldur's Gate that it might suffer the same fate as El Terrell, of which nothing remains but a damn hole in the ground. Apparently, at least. Our Duke," as he kind of like whispers now to you, try not to draw too much attention to what he's about to say. "Our Grand Duke, Ular Ravensguard, was visiting El Terrell on a diplomatic mission when the city was destroyed.
So what's the diplomatic immunity?
Coincidence? I think not. The Knights of El Terrell call themselves Hell Riders.
Disgusting.
A few of them escaped the destruction of the city, and we think somehow they're to blame for El Terrell's downfall." At this point, like, yeah. "What a bunch of self-righteous rabble-rousers. We're arresting them on sight. But that's left us short-handed to deal with another problem, and for that, I've called out all the mercenaries, adventurers, men and women for hire in Baldur's Gate. I need all of your help. I believe information lies dormant with a former informant of the Flaming Fist. Her name... I had it written down here, I swear.
I didn't know if anybody was replying. Oh no, I will. He's on my voice.
What's that?
Brick sent us coffee.
Oh! Fucking Brick.
You still
No McMuffins?
so.
Damn it.
Thanks, Brick.
Also got coronavirus.
Did Brick lick every cup?
Thankfully, Brick is a couple thousand miles away.
That still doesn't tell me he didn't lick every cup.
I think Colorado's only like 700 miles.
Someone
Someone Google it. We need to know.
I need to
We
know.
need to know.
All right, good job, Brick. We love you.
Thanks, Brick.
Thanks,
Thanks,
Brick.
Brick.
Still let me down earlier.
Thanks for not
Um,
throwing up during this stream, Brick.
Oh, he very well could be throwing it.
Are you throwing up right now?
A former informant of the Flaming Fist. Her name is Tyrina.
Oh, is she cute? What's that?
I think she has information about what has happened to El Triel. I ask you, please, find
Not
her.
really my book. Someone did.
Seek her out.
I apologize. What is her name again?
Her name is Tyrina.
Irina.
Ooh, girl, what's that?
She's a former informant of the Flaming Fist, and I believe she has information about what has happened to El Triel. Find her. Seek her out. My men are too busy, too far stationed in the city to do this task. I will pay you handsomely, of course, 200 gold pieces to each of you. If you find her, figure out what information she knows, and report it back to me. She likes to hang out at the Elf Song Tavern. They put a sticker right over the... Oh, probably so it doesn't spill. That's smart.
Elf Song Tavern, yes.
I just now understand the intelligence.
Yes, the Elf Song Tavern, located in the center of the lower city. Find her. Figure out what information she has and report back to me as soon as you have it. And like I said, I will pay you 200 gold pieces each.
It's exciting.
That is how important this information is to me.
I think 200 seems for like really important information.
I understand some of you want out of the city. Should you complete the task willfully, I might be able to promise you passage outside of Baldur's Gate. Now, what do you say? Will you-
Dodge.
Yeah?
Shit on the streets is bad, man.
Don't I know it?
Okay.
I'm trying to do my best to show my ability to handle this chaotic situation.
So if there's a body count when we get back, that's not a problem?
No. You see, and he reaches into his
You gotta
pouch.
make sure sometimes. I mean,
He reaches into his pouch and he pulls out 6 badges. These badges are
License to kill?
this is it.
Badges? I don't even know stinky.
Oh, they're badges.
these badges
Got the first.
are the coat of arms of the Flaming Fist.
Beautiful.
Wear these.
Are those
No,
tattoos?
no, they're badges. They are all gonna wear.
Temporary
No, I thought
tattoos.
they were peel-off tattoos for real.
That would be sick.
That would be sick.
Take one down, pass it around. Wear
Put it on
these.
your face.
As you walk through the streets, you will have the authority of the Flaming Fist in your hands.
We got some badges
yourself.
on the way.
What? That one's yours.
You have the authority of the Flaming Fist in your hands. Feel free to flex and use that authority. Kill anyone who stands in your way.
I like this.
The answers to what has happened to El Triel is what we need to prevent it from happening to Baldur's Gate, you see. So yes, have fun with the power I've given you. Complete this task, earn your gold, and whatever favor you requested the Flaming Fist. Any questions?
Yes, I'd like my favor to be that you need to fire half of your team. Because
They're weak.
I have pulled many men out of training in the Flaming Fist, guards who have not yet completed this training, in order to establish as much order as possible. I understand not all my men are up to snuff, but we are doing our best.
It doesn't seem to be your best.
Make an insight check.
You really hurt his feelings now.
Oh
Nat 20.
Do nat 20s mean you get to pick someone to take a shot of? No.
No.
I would like to vote for yes.
I think that should be a rule.
Make that a
Who's
rule?
not drinking any alcohol? Yeah, that's the question.
You want to take a
Boo.
boo? Do you want a shot?
You have a-
Hungover, fuck you.
I'd actually like to
no.
choose him for the shot of my word because hungover is not a good excuse.
Oh.
I would accept. I would bargain this down.
I'll
You-
take a shot of anything besides water.
I will accept those terms.
Okay.
So what? You roll the nat 20 on your insight check.
Don't you fuck me.
Get the Tide Pod shot.
Pick whatever.
We've got some ethanol.
You're rubbing out the wall. I prefer that. Thank
It's very clear to you
yeah.
that Captain Zaj is doing this not really to help the city and to keep order, but because he wants to complete this task faster and better than any of the other captains to sort of gain as much power as like the Grand Duke is missing, the head of the order is missing. He wants to secure as much power in his name with his men as he can. And the more information he has, the more people he hires will help do that.
So that disgusts me on a like moral level.
Of course.
I want that.
Yeah.
So
I'm good with it.
in doing this insight check, I'd like to look him in the eye and say, I know what your reasons are. And
He's got an eye patch. So
yeah. I'd like to make one eye contact. I close one eye just to establish dominance.
Give him
Ah.
He can tell. It's fine. And yeah, I just want to be. I know what your reasons are for this, and it's disgusting.
As long as you agree to do the tasks, our reasons can be our own.
You say that, but bad reasons often find their way out.
Okay, any other questions?
Can I ask you a question?
Of course, young one.
Gnomes
I
and
hate to employ young children into the cause, but
If Tyrina has this important information, why is she just hanging out at a tavern right now?
Shot of Freud.
oh,
Why wouldn't she come to you? It doesn't seem urgent. So how could it be important information?
it's important information. You see, you understand. She used to be a member of the Flaming Fist, but now has no association with the Order. In fact, she rather despises it. I hope that you, adventuring travelers and mercenaries, warriors, can appease to her, convince her to share the information.
Would you be disgusted if, in doing so, we had to maybe kill her?
Do not put on the pig.
As long as you get the information she has before you slit her throat.
Can I just leave and stop waiting for these fucking people? You just go?
Yeah,
I'm gonna leave.
absolutely. Yeah, you turn around and start. Yeah, you start
Get out of
going.
there.
Yeah, I just slipped into his shadow. Nobody
Yeah.
noticed I'm even gone.
For the tripod and say, well, fuck that guy.
Disgusting.
Captain Zaj says one more thing as like you're leaving and people are starting to disband. He goes, there's a bit of more information you should know. Baldur's Gate has been long plagued by followers of the Dead Three. The gods Bane, Baal, and Mirkral. I thought we had wiped them out, these organizations, but apparently not.
Your gods aren't real.
You gotta
This
chill.
guy's going through. Ignore him.
I wish that were true,
How old
but
are you, dwarf?
Can I?
49.
Oh, this makes a lot more
He's going
sense.
through a midlife
An
crisis.
education roll
so
where
let
I
him
doubled
go.
down and asked, and I said I didn't believe the merchant. 'Cause you told me that he seemed sincere, but did I win that or did I lose that?
you don't really know that
You didn't.
bit of information. Yeah, from what your character perceived, he was just a nerd collecting stuff. Yeah. But apparently not. These purveyors of fear and death are taking advantage of the current crisis to commit murder sprees throughout the city. I'm sure some of you have already encountered this.
Yeah.
As my
Them on the-
appointed,
Totally them on a murder spree. Totally. Totally.
as my newly appointed deputies in this matter,
Deputies.
you'll have license to kill these wretches on sight. Find their lair
Goodness.
and wipe them out.
Oh, I've been waiting for this guy.
We must destroy these cultists, these ravagers, these murderers. Eliminate anyone who gets in your way, and don't worry about any collateral damage.
Oh, whoa.
If you do what I say,
This guy's a little intense, though.
if you do what I say, again, there'll be 200 gold pieces for each of you as a reward to show my gratitude and a personal favor of mine, which is worth considerably more than gold.
Oh, yeah.
A few blocks from here,
the best
as I spoke, just waffles west of the Basilisk Gate is the elf. Is the elf
Soggy waffles.
You did, man.
There was a Reddit post that was like, if you were voted like ruler of the world, but you weren't like a hardcore tyrant just trying to inconvenience people, like what would your like first decree be? And someone said like everyone has to eat Eggo waffles for breakfast. There are no other breakfast items other than Eggo waffles.
That sounds great. I'd be okay with
that.
Yeah,
That
right.
happens.
Yeah. Just west of the Basilisk Gate is the Elf Song Tavern. One of my spies, one of my former informants, Tyrina, hangs out there, gathering rumors of these guilds and cultist associations. She owes me this favor. You will find her, you will talk to her, figure out what information she has of the dead three, and bring it back to me, or use the information to further uproot them. We can discuss as it comes up.
Can you describe this Tyrina? 1 to 10.
Yes.
Does she have an erection?
Solid 7.
Just constant.
Tyrina. She is quite dangerous and hangs around with dangerous people. She is half orc, very capable. She carries around a massive claymore, two-handed sword, and wears light armor to quickly move and cut through her enemies. She has braided hair, large tusk-like fangs protruding from her mouth.
Oh, I'm gonna hit that.
And she has a laughter that will boast through the streets like a war cry.
God, she sounds great.
That was really in depth. Have you previously had a relationship with this Tyrina?
It's his ex-girlfriend.
Oh, you fucking better not.
Maybe. So,
I hate that.
with haste now,
Soft yes.
new deputies of the Flaming Fist go to Elfsong Tavern, find Tyrina, figure out what information she knows of the dead three, and how they might associate what has happened to Eltriel. It is of the utmost importance. Very good. If there are no other questions, I must seep back to the riot behind me as like a tomato like hits him on the back of a head.
Before he walks away,
Like, where do rioters always get tomatoes?
I want to
That's
ask
my
about
question.
the whereabouts of the Duke that I was sent to find.
Yes. Who was it you were looking for?
Vanithol.
Oh, yes. Tharamar Vanthapure. We'll figure it out eventually, don't
We'll
worry.
get through it together.
You have a decree from her, eh?
Yes.
Let me see that note.
I'll hand it over.
He takes it and he unreels it and he goes, oh, you have orders to report to her.
There's actually a little gum on it now.
Gross. What was that for?
You didn't have a napkin. You were traveling.
Well, she is locked away at her estate in the upper city. She has not seen anyone at this time. Her brother is sort of doing everything in her interests. Maybe in your travels after Elf Song Tavern, you can try to approach her.
And I thank him.
Very good. He hands the scroll back to
He
you.
was in his big satchel. Do I think that it's filled with a lot of good stuff?
It might be. You don't totally know what's in there. Definitely like equipment and gear.
I'll let it be for now.
Wow. You're gonna try to book the captain, one of the captains of the Flaming Fist. It's rude. Any other questions of Captain Zaj?
How do I get the fuck out of this city?
Complete this task,
Kidding.
and I will let you
Oh my God.
outside the fucking city. Very good.
Maybe.
Now, be gone with you. Do you guys want to travel together? Do some of you peel off on your own? Do we?
Oh, we're already gone.
You want to make any introduction? Okay, good. So, yeah, no, that's fine. You start making your way towards Elf Song Tavern.
Am I still being tailed by Ilya?
You sure are.
I would like to get away from this shadow.
Okay. What are you thinking?
Can I head towards the ruckus and kind of just try to dart off into an alleyway?
Make a stealth check.
Disadvantage because he's in plate.
Chainmail will give you disadvantage. Yeah.
Oh, 6.
You gotta roll it again because you could roll a 1.
6.
Nice.
All right.
When she gets down here, we'll have her roll her perception. Is there anyone else trying to do anything before we actually get to Elf
How
Song?
dirty does the wee gnome look?
You tell me, we know.
You're gonna eat me?
Make a perception check. You what?
Looking
I
for
know
muscle.
upstairs. It's fine. Okay.
Make a perception check when you can, at
I was
least.
trying to get away from you.
Idiot.
Are you muscle or are you a dead end?
Oh, I'm jacked.
You
as
said
fuck.
perception.
Correct.
All right, I
All
walk
that
up
butt
to you.
grabbing really worked the whole arm.
19.
19.
Come on.
Suck it, nerd.
So you see tripod, like
yeah, it's not hard.
there's a
to-
Remy's in the window.
No, it is hard. That's
It
the
is hard,
problem.
It's not hard to see.
You quickly tripod like try to peer off into one of the alleys. You
Rip over my penis.
I was gonna say, you turn so quickly that you like trip up the curb off the street and like land in some barrels. Quickly stand up.
What god would allow this?
Just severe road rash all on the back.
You see Ilya just like towering behind you, waiting for you to get up and start moving again. Is there anything you want to say to her? Is there anything you want to say to him?
Absolutely not.
I'm going to stand up. And I'm
I'm
going
loving this dynamic. And then
going
Neil's
to
really enjoying the
plant the
passive
staff end of my
aggressive
blade
between
into the
these two.
ground.
Yeah.
And firmly ask, what the fuck do you want?
What I want, what I really, really
That's
want.
been obvious since the beginning.
Oh shit.
I'm flattered but spoken for.
Oh my.
That's disgusting. Clearly, I'm here to see where you go.
Well, that's just weird.
So is everything else.
I'm just trying to get out of this city. I don't want anything to do with this quest. I don't want anything to do with you people.
You people.
You people.
What do you mean, you people?
Racist? Wow.
God damn it.
Didn't know this guy was racist.
Look, if you got an erection lasting more than 4 hours,
So you're just going to follow me for forever.
I'm going to get very serious with him then. Look, if you're going to spend the next eternity whining about your position in life, then I will tell you.
Are we gone? Or is it?
They're in the streets talking by themselves. Fight. So yeah, you two have gone. Gib and Tommy, if you guys want to like be with them still, you can kind of be on the outskirts of this.
You can be in the park.
I'm trying to hire him.
Okay, so we'll talk with you guys in a second, but let them finish their thing.
So I'm going to look at him.
Listen up.
I was sent here. You don't need to know any more answers than that, frankly, but I was only shown 2 things. I was shown the city falling, and I was shown your face. And I don't know what that means.
Your fault.
I'm not supposed to mean.
You're sure it was his face?
Certainly.
And not the
his
other
face,
head.
And not the other
It was
part.
a head.
Did it have 1 or 2 eyes?
It's not an eye patch.
I was actually, that's a PTSD story about in kindergarten, but
Oh no, baby.
I was one
Are we
day
doing
after I
it?
had seen a one-eyed snake, and I
Oh,
was
God.
like, and it was a penis they were talking about.
Oh,
Um,
wow.
Yikes.
Then they made fun of me.
Was it the teacher that asked you?
No, it was children. It was tiny boys,
Oh.
as they are wont to do.
Oh no, a monster approaches.
He's like, yes.
Yeah.
Hi, Randy.
Yeah. So I was shown your face and the city falling. I don't know if that means it's your fault. I don't know what connection you have, but I know that I was sent for a purpose, and that is the city fell and your face.
I am no one. There's a dog in my lap. I'm no
Is that a
one who knows
tripod or a
nothing.
dog?
Doggo.
Okay, we can move on.
Yeah.
Very good. You kind of like absorb what she said. Get a little frustrated that like you don't want any part of that bullshit.
Come here.
Is everything
You guys
okay?
go ahead.
Don't want any part of like the bullshit or the quest she's laying out in front of you, but decide, you know what? if we complete this quest for this captain of the Flaming Fist, he said I can leave the city, so let's just get it done. You start making your way towards Elf Song Tavern, and Ilya is following behind you. Gib and Tommy, you two are walking together.
He's the party leader now.
Gib, you said you wanted to maybe make a proposition to Tommy.
Oh, what are you gonna? Is this happening already? Oh my god! You guys,
What would you like to say?
I walk up to him and I say, "You look like the strongest one in the group. How'd you like to earn a little extra coin on top?"
Oh, Jesus.
What is this requiring, you creep?
Heard you're good at cupping
Don't
butts.
let them get close enough to stab me, and I'll make sure that you get half of my share.
Why would they want to stab you?
Just look at me, and then I flex my feeble muscles.
I start thinking.
Oh boy.
For some reason or another, Gib kind of reminds me of my father. Past memories that
me,
I
I'm
once had. I won't get into it, but I hope one day somebody will ask me whatever happened to them. But, but I agree. I do agree, and I will watch your back for you. I like to keep close eyes on everyone.
And as a token of good faith, I pull out something from my explorer's pack.
oh god!
It's a signet ring.
A cigarette?
Cute.
A signet ring.
Are
Okay.
you proposing?
And I tell him that it's worth a lot of gold.
Is this
And then
happening?
I want it back at the end of the mission.
Make an insight check.
Did anybody bring any photos?
Make a deception check.
What do you can? Oh my god!
Is
What,
it a
what'd you roll, Tommy?
Fucking one.
Tommy,
Rob, get the Malort. 22. So Tommy,
Taking a shot of Malort for a fucking ring.
it's a very fine
He liked
looking.
it, so he put a ring on
Very
it.
fine looking signet ring. It's like some sort of like red natural material with like the sigil of the Candle Keep embedded on it. The material looks rare and finely crafted. So yeah, you definitely believe that this is like a high valued item, high valued ring. Make a Constitution saving throw.
You're poisoned.
Well, you're on the seat, so you can't
Post
throw up.
Malort shot ASMR.
What would you like to say to Gib?
Oh, sorry, I was.
After receiving such a fine ring.
Yeah.
I do.
You're just the worst. Dude.
I didn't even ask you for collateral, kid. Why are you offering me this ring? I agreed, and then you said I'll give you this. I didn't even need this.
Just for fun.
You take the sucker
buddies
for a
now.
ride. You take the signet ring.
I'll take it. I don't really give a fuck.
And you guys start making your way to Elf Song Tavern. Nashimo,
Nashimo.
and Dormir.
The treasure to us all.
You guys are walking together, sort of the same pace towards Elf Song Tavern. You're kind of like double taking at each other as you guys like almost look pretty close, like the same. You know what I mean? Like same gear, same outfit. Yeah. Like you're a drow elf, you're an elf too, so like there's a little bit of similarity going on. You guys left at the same time from the rest of the group. Is there anything you two want to say to each other?
You too.
Um,
With or without you.
With or without.
I don't know the city, so I'm gonna
Yeah,
say, hey,
just stay with me, bud.
Where are we going? I couldn't deal with that bullshit back there.
No, that's fair. We're going to one of my favorite taverns. I'm totally not been kicked out of this place like 1,000 times.
Everyone make a history check.
Everyone?
Yes, about Elf Song Tavern. Double check. So I think some of you have advantage on history checks for certain things, so make sure you double check that.
I got a 5. I don't
16?
know anything.
Okay.
And 11.
11.
I have a ×2 and what is that?
Isn't that on stones?
Fuck.
Statues.
14. Okay.
18.
18. So Irene, Alina, Tripod, and Tommy. And you, Nashimo.
I got a 5.
The not you.
Yeah.
Basically, in the three pairs, one of you
One of us
each
knew where we were
knows
going.
about Elf Song Tavern and with how it works out.
Shit.
Carrying this duo as always.
I'm here to follow.
And
Make it
Carrie and
very
Remy.
clear.
Can I take him
He's
home
so
today?
happy.
Okay. So, Elf Song Tavern.
Randy?
Randy.
How many names are you going to give him today?
Probably 5, 6 more.
As many
Going
as
to end up
Remy
as
deserves.
Rambo.
Roger.
Oh, Roger. I love you, Roger.
Elf Song Tavern, which is laid out in front of us here next to the bridge, is a very famous tavern inside Baldur's Gate. It's 2 stories, a very large ground floor with a very big open bar room with tables, a large wooden bar. It has like private dining rooms, smaller like
you
kind
got
of
that,
private party rooms off the side where people can like rent out for gambling, for parties, for
Sorry, this is
like
great.
family events. Remy's like, don't do it. Oh, and you did it.
But I am 5 pounds.
In the second floor of Elf Song Tavern has another very large, like open common community, like drinking area with more private bedrooms and rooms off adjoining on the sides.
One private bedroom. for
Elf
my
Song Tavern.
Proficiency.
Is run by a half elf whose name is
Half Elfenstein.
it's like, this is like the weirdest half elf name, but he must have taken his name from the human side.
George.
His name is Alan. Alan
I love Alan.
Alan Eilith.
Oh.
He is the owner of Elf Song Tavern. All of his employees are gnomes. From the cooks to the waiters to the bussers to everyone that is
Everyone is
employed
a gnome.
at Elf Song Tavern are gnomes. The
terribly
only 2
ironic.
non-gnome employees are the 2 half orcs that are like the bouncers of the bar, and they stand at the entrance, keeping things in order. Elf Song Tavern gets its name from a very beautiful, elegant, female elven ghost that haunts the tavern.
A hot ghost.
Hot ghost. Every so often, it's unpredictable. At random, this ghost that haunts the tavern sings a beautiful elven song, a melody that echoes throughout the entire 2-floor tavern, as if she was on like a speakerphone, right? The song
Gramophone.
almost charms the patrons of the bar. People come here specifically hoping that on the night that they visit, they'll hear the song and feel the warm, magical melodies
So she's a
of her
hot, good
voice.
ghost?
A hot good ghost.
Hot good ghost.
Hot good ghost.
Spike somebody's drinks on there.
The song from this elf again gives the tavern its name, Elf Song Tavern. Some few general notes about bars in Baldur's Gate, about taverns. There's a popular game called Baldur's Bones. It's a dice game.
Oh, tripod.
It's a dice game, a very popular dice game that's often played at every other table inside any tavern inside Baldur's Gate. So if you're interested in gambling, trying to win or lose some money, maybe make some friends, you can certainly participate in Baldur's Bones. The last bit of information, general information about any tavern in Baldur's Gate, is the sort of policies of these taverns. Oftentimes,
No pants.
bar fights break out. Lethal bar fights. If you're smart, you don't go into a tavern unless you are fully armed. The bouncers and employees of the tavern don't break up any fights that often result in deaths. Flaming Fist have no regard or have no jurisdiction over what happens inside these taverns.
It's like the reverse. Of
The only time bouncers or Flaming Fists get involved if employees of the tavern get caught up in these fights. But otherwise, if you start something, it's gonna get ended
don't
one
chuck
way or
gnomes.
another.
No gnome chucking.
So yes, that is what you guys know about taverns and specifically about Elf Song Tavern. I'm gonna say it wrong.
It's okay. Just let it. just get it out.
Nashimo.
Nashimo.
There you go.
That's it.
Okay, Nashimo and Dormir. You two get there first. So you can go ahead and place your minis, near the bar there, just outside. The tavern is quite crowded this evening. So just so you guys know, that's the first floor where you are. And then the set of tiles like closest to Robin Elise, that's the second floor with some of the private rooms.
Okay.
The two bouncers are standing at the doors. The doors are open into the tavern, and there's crowds of people standing outside. Do you guys want to wait for the rest of the party to show up, or do you want to get inside
I'm
or start
going
doing
in.
anything?
Yeah, we're going.
We're going.
Okay.
Should we talk to the bouncers first?
Yeah. I mean, I just look at George and I'm like, George, what's up, bud? How you doing? And I just go in.
Who's George?
This is a normal hangout spot for me.
Alan?
So I pause at the front door.
Yeah.
I'd like to ask the bouncer if he knows the whereabouts of the bitch we're looking for.
Where that bitch?
Is that how you say it?
I don't remember her name, so until I do.
Tyrina.
Yeah, I'm looking for Tyrina.
So you stop at the bouncer, this half orc bouncer, as Nashimo. Is that right?
Nailed
Nashimo.
it.
Close.
Nashimo.
You got it.
It sounds like what I
Getting there.
said.
Every
It
time
sounds
you
like
get
what
a
I
little
said.
closer.
National treasure.
Nashimo.
Say National treasure.
Nashimo
It'll make you feel better.
treasure.
Like national treasure.
You make your way into the bar as you stop at the bouncer. So he's in like full plate armor. He's like 7-8 feet tall. His tusks like they had to poke holes in the helmet so his tusks could come out of it. You know what I mean?
Aw, that's cute.
Yeah.
They thought of him. Look at how hooked that is.
You ask if he knows where.
I'm not. This is just very polite, like right off the gate.
Yeah.
Kill him with kindness right off.
You ask if he knows where Tyrina is. He looks down at you and he says, "No."
I like this guy.
Awesome. I flash a little bit of my gold pouch in front of him. I say,
Oh,
"You potentially have a memory jog."
Make a persuasion check.
Yeah, flash your pouch in it.
18.
More.
Um,
Break if I keep doing this.
he holds his hand out, and you can see like eyes shifting in the visor. You know, like trying not to look directly at you.
I dropped 10 gold coins in his hand.
Ooh. Oh man.
Sucker, you would have done it for 2.
For no reason.
Wow.
I said a payday. So.
He looks down at you and he says, "Green Dragon Room," and he like looks at you and the kind of like signifying like hold out your hand, and he drops in 2 ale tokens in your hand.
Damn.
Man, I got drinks. Oh,
Pretty good price.
This is your night, dancing.
And you make your way into the tavern.
excellent.
At this point, Ilya and Tripod, you two make your way towards Elf Song Tavern. Do you want to stay outside? Do you want to go inside? Do you want to stay together? Do you want to say anything to each other?
I'm gonna head right in.
Okay.
I'm gonna stop and talk to the bouncer. I want to go inside and I want to find Tiana immediately.
Tyrina.
I follow
Tyrina.
as a shadow.
I cannot shake this tail, and it's getting really
He
fucking.
tried real hard though. That's 6, man.
Remember yesterday when I told you I've got a pretty good idea of how your character arc's gonna go? And you totally blindly agreed to
And
it?
skip over my penis. Yeah, I remember that.
One time it goes soft in days.
Here, so.
Excellent. Excellent. You make your way inside. Both of you make perception checks.
Okay.
Oh God. That one.
I got beat.
Is that your first Muller shot for the night? For the evening?
Yeah, all my rolls have been terrible, but this is the worst.
All of your rolls have been.
So Tripod, in your sort of like zealous rage to get the fuck out of this city, you don't notice anything. What did you roll, Ilya?
An 8.
An 8. You see Alan, the half elf, behind.
Alan.
He's behind the bar. He's the owner.
Alan!
The owner of the joint. You just see him, but you don't notice much else. You guys make your way into the tavern. Are you just now going up to random people, asking if they're Tyrina? Are you like...
I'm going to take a second and collect myself. and realize that it's just been a really, really bad day.
It really has been.
really hasn't gone well.
You go up to the bar,
I want
you
a
order a drink.
Yes, that's what I want.
Give me your shittiest stuff.
Exactly. Like, what is the version of Malort?
The equivalent of Malort in Baldur's Gate.
I would say
Dragon snot.
bugbear juice.
Bugbear jizz in it.
You said juice, but juice is fine.
Salud.
There it is.
I watch him do this, and I'm like, this is a waste of my time.
Somebody in
Okay.
chat said
Then leave.
Then leave.
Yes, I would like to.
That's all he's wanted this whole time. Oh god, that's great.
The camera.
I would like to be here
Does
just
it
as
look
much
okay?
as you
It's
would.
not great.
Excellent. At this time, Gib and Tommy Boy, you have now made your way to Elf Song Tavern. Is there anything you two would like to do outside the bar? You like to go inside the bar? Interact with the bouncers as you walk in?
Outside is actually really nice. It's overlooked.
Well, I love to drink.
Oh,
From
yeah.
what I've gone through in my life.
Absolutely.
And I don't know why I'm talking like that. All of a sudden, but
Because you've chosen your character voice.
Tommy
Nah.
grabs every butt in line.
I'm trying to go in this place.
Yeah.
It's bumping.
Make your way
ready for a
inside.
good time.
Would you
Gib?
mind escorting me for a quick game of dice? I think it could be quite
Gib,
profitable.
Gib, are you 21? Are you?
Are you legal? Can you drink?
Am
Is
I
there a
allowed to
drinking
drink? I don't know what
age
the
in
rules
Vegas?
are.
There's a big sign at the top of the bar that's
I don't know. I feel
LEDs.
like
They don't care. As long as you can pay for it, you're fine.
Like,
Yeah.
they're like, you can drink, it's fine. Everything's fucked up here.
You can murder someone if you want.
Yeah, there are no guards left. They don't care. Chaos reigns the streets.
In the corner, just
Tommy,
waiting.
you go to the end of the bar where like a portion of it is shorter for like gnomes, halflings,
You
the
have a
like.
special section at the bar.
And I'm already pissed off because what I hear to the left-hand side of me is a music box playing one of my least favorite songs.
Is it Creep by Radio?
Born in the Baldur's Gate by Deuce Springsteen. I fucking hate that song.
Do you believe
What I decide
in
to do is
life?
I can build a music box within an hour. I believe it
Oh,
takes
yeah.
an hour and 10 GP.
Yep.
So I'm gonna start building my own music box to play
You're
my
gonna
own
waste your
fucking
gold on
songs.
this?
Jesus, guys.
It's not a
Already not
waste,
happy
Smithers.
I'm building my own music
No,
box.
because his fucking music box is gonna play whatever the equivalent of Creed is.
With arms wide open under the artificial sunlight.
It's like, we're gonna put on the Creed channel. It's like, no, we're not gonna fucking do that.
I'll drag.
I start killing everyone.
Oh god.
That's my code word.
Tommy, do you you grab a drink, you go find a seat, you sit at the bar?
I sit down where
Can you
all the
reach
little
a
guys are sitting.
Sure.
Make
There's
my way
like
over
a
there,
children's
strike up some
seat.
conversation here and there, but I get a drink. I'm just there to have a good time and not listen to this fucking Deuce Springsteen on the music box.
You meet. Make a charisma check.
9.
You meet Lala Stout as you sit down at a table with she's a halfling. Lala Stout has a scar kind of like across her whole face, and she's flipping a coin sitting at this table. And you kind of sit down, just don't even introduce yourself really, just sit down, get all your like parts out and start making this music box. And she's just watching you like flipping.
You're not tripod.
She's flipping this coin, watching you. Is there anything you want to say to her?
Stop flipping that fucking coin.
She catches it in her hand, and she slams it on her other hand. She says, "My name's Lala. What is your name?"
Harvey Dent.
My name's Tommy Wee Gnomes. What's in it for you?
And she
Small guy.
and she says, "Well, fate will decide now, Tommy Lee Gnomes.
Tommy Wee knows.
Tommy Wee Gnomes. If the coin ends up heads, I will buy you a drink. If the coin ends up tails, you will buy me a drink.
This is a female, whatever. Is she good looking?
Are
Is
you-
she flirting with me right now?
Are you asking her that?
Are you?
No, this,
Wait, you're a chick, right?
Yeah, she's a female halfling. And yeah, other than the big scar across her face, she's probably pretty good looking.
She's literally Two-Face talking to Tommy Lee Jones, who played Two-Face.
Honestly, there's a
This
list
was-
of
this
random
was right
NPCs
now.
in this bar, and I picked that one. What do you say? Do you agree to the terms?
well, I've never been someone to fall short upon terms, so
You fall short on everything else.
Everything else.
I agree.
Very good. And she lifts up the coin, and it's heads. Ah, I will buy you a drink. And she like whistles to one of the gnome waiters, comes around, she orders a drink for you and her. Gib, are you joining them at the table? You looking for the gambling table? Oh yeah.
Cockblock, all right?
Absolutely. Yeah, you two both get this quest, you know, to go find Tyrina, get information about the Dead Three and how to stop them from tearing the city down into the hells like they maybe did to Eltrail, and you're busy getting drinks and playing dice. Excellent.
Nice. Perfect.
So, this is how Baldur's Bones work.
Bones.
Baldur's Bone.
You are going to
Last
grab
week,
3
I said
6-sided
grab
dice.
bones.
It's a completely different game.
You
Totally
also have a set of weighted dice.
Oh.
That's son
You
of a
do.
bitch.
An arcane trickster.
So just said I can start with that. As
Mm-hmm.
well, I have charlatans back.
Okay.
Oh, he does.
Yeah, he wrote it down. It's on the sheet. It's there.
Mark's like, I'm gonna fucking check that.
So,
son of a bitch.
How many weighted dice do you have?
It said one set.
One set. So you've got 2 of them.
I might not cheat if I don't have to, depending on what the
But he's
rules
probably
That's fine. So this is how Baldur's Dice works. You sit down at a table, you see people, they have 3 dice in their hands each. They take the dice, they roll them under a cup and look at them. But you add the 3 numbers together, and you want to get as close to the number 21 as possible without busting. You can either say stand or roll. If you stand, you save the 3 dice you rolled. If you say roll, you take another d4 and roll it and add to your total. And if you bust, you lose.
So if it's 3d6, and if you roll again, it's a d4.
No, it's a d6.
Oh, another d6.
Yeah.
Yeah. You just end up with 4.
Yeah, so it's like blackjack,
Yeah.
but with dice.
Another 6.
Can I size up the guys at the table real quick?
Make an insight
Yeah,
check.
they look about 5'6", 5'8", or so. Yeah.
They definitely have hired guys to
Just an
protect them that aren't
average
gnomes.
height, yeah.
19.
So it's a pretty healthy mix. There are 3 people. One's an elf, one is a halfling, and one is a dwarf.
Do any of them look like they're wearing fine clothes like myself?
So they're not. They look more like mercenaries, wanderers, traders, adventurers.
The worst, man.
People got stuck inside Baldur's Gate during the lockdown, trying to kill as much time as possible. What's clear to you is that they've been doing this all fucking day. They each have like pretty modest sized pile of coins. There's empty goblets around them, empty food plates around them. They are playing as much Baldur's Dice as possible, Baldur's Bones as possible. You hear them agree on an ante, 5 gold pieces this round, as they all throw their gold into the pot. You want to pull up a seat?
Yes.
Excellent.
And I would say, why don't we make it interesting, my friends?
And they all look up at you.
How can you possibly have that much gold?
And I pull out a satchel of gold.
Whoa.
And I say, my 50 gold
Whoa.
versus your 50. And
Where'd
all
you get
3
50
of you
gold?
can roll. No, I don't. It's just a
Oh,
satchel.
it's just like got rocks in it.
Oh my god.
He actually is the worst.
He is the worst.
Make a deception check. Motherfucker.
That's
you
usually
rolled
good.
well.
14.
Well, sit down then, boy. 50 gold pieces sounds like a healthy pot, as they all put another 45 gold pieces each. Very good. Grab your bones, and we shall see who wins the pot.
Play.
Who wants to play? I need 3 players.
Yeah, sure, I'll play.
I
You're-
don't play games.
Well, you're taking as the NPCs. I need other people to roll dice.
Just know that I might have to black.
Okay, so Rob, you're gonna be the dwarf.
Yeah.
Smithers, you want to be the halfling.
I don't have any like D6 on.
Here, take mine.
How many
So
do I
you
need?
need 3?
You need
You
3.
need 3, potentially 4.
Potentially 4.
So roll and don't show.
So
Yeah, roll.
each of you roll and don't show. You're playing blackjack, but with dice. We'll start with the halfling. Would you like? So you either say stand or roll. Stand means you keep your number. Roll means you add another die.
Roll.
Go ahead. Do you want to stand or do you want to roll? Again, you don't want to bust 21.
Roll.
So now add a 5th die. So keep the 4 you roll, add a 5th one.
Dang.
Do you need another?
Nope.
Okay.
Stand.
Your turn is done. Who's next? Ah, yes, the dwarf.
I'm definitely gonna roll.
So that's the 4th die.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to stand or do you want to roll?
I'm gonna roll again.
So that'll be a 5th die. Stand or roll?
Stand.
Okay, we'll stay there. The young blood with the large coin pouch.
Arrogant one.
Stand or roll?
I'm going to roll.
Roll it.
Feeling lucky.
Would you like to stand or roll?
I would like to cheat on my last dice.
With your weighted die?
Yeah.
So make a sleight of hand. The other patrons of the table make perception checks and add 1 to the check. So Smithers, Rob, and Colin.
14.
I'm so sorry. 20.
20.
Nice.
Oh, nat 20.
Nice.
What'd you roll?
You got screwed, bud.
So these guys have been playing this game all day, and see you take a die out of your pouch that's got like, it's a 6, but it has the same number on all sides, and like try to like roll it underneath your thing, and they immediately spot you. They stand up and go, "Oi! What is that over there? Let me see." And they grab the die from you and see that it's totally weighted, skewed in your favor. You sit down at our table. We show you respect as we put in our hard-earned gambled gold up for grabs, and you try to cheat us?
And you're ugly.
What he said.
Disgusting.
What do you have to say for yourself? As they're like getting their weapons ready.
Am I halfling?
Yeah.
You red bastard.
Which one of these guys looks the scrawniest?
The halfling, I guess.
Fucking me.
Yeah. I mean, you're bigger than him at least.
I say, all right, the jig is up. It was all his idea.
Make a deception check. The rest of you make insight checks. Add 1.
5.
16.
7.
It was your idea.
He told me to come in some hours later and steal all the money from the group.
I don't like dealing in such treacheries. Both of you, leave your gold at the table and get out.
But that's 50 gold.
Get out.
Damn you.
And what about you, halfling?
I don't fucking care.
Then leave the table.
Here's my gold. What are the problems? How old are you?
And you leave the table, which just leaves the dwarf and human.
I lost my 10 gold.
Yes, you
You
did.
actually put your 10 gold there and just called it 50. Fair.
Smithers, what was your number?
19.
And Rob, what was your number?
18.
Congratulations, Smithers.
Well done.
You won a game where the points don't matter.
Thank you, Drew Carey.
I love who's
Thank you.
What'd you guys get?
I was 16, so I could actually.
Before you even got there.
Suck.
Excellent. Nashimo
Yeah.
and Dormir.
Hello.
So you learned that Tyrina is in the Green Dragon room. Do you want to try to catch up to where Nashimo went, or do you want to go there on your own? Do you want to try to find the rest of the party that's here to get them to go with you? What do you think?
I have already crept up the stairs, slipped past all the commotion caused by the game, and I'm headed towards the Green Dragon room.
Sure.
No, I didn't do it.
The rest of you make perception checks, please.
All of us?
Yeah.
Yeah, when you said the
20.
Dormir.
You
18.
gotta give
That's
out
a
the
Colin,
one.
are you doing this stealthily? Do you want these people to see
I
you?
don't care if they see it or not.
Okay.
They can see me go upstairs.
Okay. So nat 20. Mark, how'd you do?
6.
It was a crit fail.
Oh, I got a 18.
Do you want to take a shot, Malloy? 18. 21. All of you,
To relive Brick's days of vomiting.
minus Eilina and Tommy, see Dormir go up the stairs to the second floor. He seems pretty determined to find Tyrina. Nashimo.
Yeah.
Do you want to react to that?
Yeah, so I mean, I just went up to the bar, saw Alan, and said, "Hey, where's Tyrina?"
So you're talking to Alan again,
Yeah.
very like handsome, young
Yeah.
half elf. He goes, you're looking for Tyrina then, eh?
Yeah,
Make a persuasion check.
sure. 17.
Why are you looking for her?
Oh, something's going on. I don't know. All I know is I need to know where she's hanging out.
Very curious timing.
Yeah.
You're not the first to ask about Tyrina's whereabouts inside
Really?
my tavern. Yeah.
Who else was looking? Guys in cloaks? Bad cloaks?
No.
They look like dicks.
They look like dicks.
You know.
See the dick on that dwarf?
That motherfucker had like 30 goddamn.
Let me just say that lad doesn't need a stool.
No, he was comfortable.
Third leg down and
he just kind of leans forward, you know. No, you know I don't let any of the dead 3 worshippers into my tavern.
No.
I fear Tyrina's former co-workers have been looking for her for quite some time. Yes, pirates, raiders from the Sword Coast on the open sea.
And did you tell him where she was? Or?
No,
Okay, cool.
Tyrina has my loyalties,
Yeah.
but I fear that if they find her, they might try to kill her.
Well, you know who I am, Alan. You know, I'm the guy you want in the room. So where's she at?
Alan.
Make another persuasion check.
Sure.
Alan.
17.
Alan.
She's up in the Green Dragon room.
Beautiful. I grab my mug and just marry my way on up there.
Sure. You leave a gold piece on the
yeah.
counter.
I pay for that.
And make your way up.
Of course.
Of course I pay.
Tripod, you saw them go upstairs. Do you want to react to that at all?
I want to order another shot.
Rolling that one.
Be careful what you do.
You order another shot as one of the gnomes from behind the counter like reaches up and gives it to you. Do you want to talk to this gnome, the bartender?
Nope, I want to pound it and I want to follow him.
Oh, right.
Whoa, dude, come on. Come here.
He's booking it with his hand.
Come here. Remy, come. Hey. Yes, so I pound that shot and I immediately follow him.
Sure. You start to make your way upstairs. Who else saw? No one else saw, right?
I didn't see.
Cool. Tommy, you actually, it doesn't take you a full hour to build your music box.
Of course, I'm quick with my hands.
Yeah, you finish your drink. The music box is done. You're sitting there with Lala. Anything you want to say to her?
Tinky Winky.
Well, I have a feeling she's been flirting with me this whole time, so I'm gonna play one of my favorite songs on the music box. Just to get the combo
Here it
started.
comes, everybody.
Sure.
Get ready.
Yo, my wonder.
It's by my favorite composer, Kurt Bacharach. It's called "What's New, Pussycat."
Oh, God.
So as we're talking in the
Played on
background,
repeat 7
"What's New,
times.
Pussycat?" is going on, and
Make a performance check.
17.
Wow.
She is just in awe
Of course.
of this
What a
song.
beautiful new song you
Wow.
And yeah, and of the contraction you made. You sing along with the music playing. She orders you another drink.
standing on the table.
You ever totally
Drinks, babe.
like swoon. She says, "Where did you learn such a fantastic melody?"
Radio.
What's that, Pussycat? Is that what they're saying?
It's one of my favorite songs, and my parents taught it to me.
Sang it to
What happened to your parents?
Oh, no. No. Well, this has been great. Here goes the next 40 minutes.
I'm Ellie.
You really want to know?
Of course. I want to know your whole story.
Dark and stormy evening.
Oh my
Coming
god.
home from the theater.
Well, let's just say I was a part of a group. I won't say it's a cult, but it was kind of like a
But
cult.
it was a cult.
Sort of similar to
I had a best friend. His name was Noman Polanski. And he had a sister, and we were in love. Kind of like Romeo and Juliet, you would say.
Oh my god.
Get him out of here.
Oh my god.
So when Norman was a little pissed off because we were going behind his back with our love
I'm so
story,
proud of him right now.
he decided to team up with the rest of my friends, who I thought they were friends, and they sacrificed my parents.
Jesus.
They sacrificed my parents
This guy overshared.
in Pebble Alley,
For the record, none of us are hearing
the
this.
therapist.
which is also great because I can retell this story next time you ask me.
He's really self-aware.
He actually does that.
Let him finish. Let him
At
finish.
the drop of a hat.
So I just never truly trust anyone since.
Oh, shut the fuck up.
You don't hear the story, so you be quiet.
I know that it's
Make
happening, so
another
shut the
performance check.
11.
You poor thing.
Thank God there's only one private room in this bar.
That is quite the tale. I am so sorry for your troubles and
Should've been a
your
party.
trifles. Please tell me,
Pass a coin.
is there anything
fuck up.
Lala can do for you?
That butt, though.
She looked at you stern wholeheartedly.
I'm thinking about it.
Considering it's on the table.
Smash.
Grab me another shot. I
Roll
need to
to
drink a bit
smash?
more.
Very good. She orders another round. Ilya. There we go.
Tripod, Tommy, Ilya.
So you watch Tripod grab another drink and head upstairs towards the Green Dragon room. Do you want to follow? Is there anything you want to do inside the tavern? You're just going to follow?
If he moves, I follow him.
Okay.
That's
So
it.
you follow him upstairs to the Green Dragon room. Gib, what would you like to do?
Well, I'm now destitute.
Yep.
Dangerous, though.
You see your other like new friends head upstairs.
Do I recognize anybody in the room? Probably not, right?
Make a perception check.
Nice try, man. Good play, brother.
If I just casually walk by these Cheeto puffs.
13.
13.
You see. Yeah, you do. You see.
Yeah, you do.
You see Wall Knightley.
Wall Knightley.
Wall
He
Knightley.
goes to school with me?
Sounds like a
He's a
game.
half-orc thug who got kicked out of the Candlekeep for not, like he's causing too much commotion, making too much noise in the library.
I assume me
Essentially,
and Wall are boys then.
I think that's a safe assumption.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, what up, Wall?
Hey, is that you, Gib?
It's been too long.
They let you out of the keep then, eh? They finally catch on to your ruse?
No, that old try-hot earth out's got me running errands.
You've got him right where you want him then, don't ya?
Such an idiot.
He's a bloody prick, I'd say. It's good to see you, lad.
Good to see you too, my friend. Can you buy me a drink? I just lost all my gold.
Make a persuasion check.
6.
You son of a bitch. You know I'll never trust you with gold again. After the stunt you pulled?
But can you blame me? I mean, really.
No, but I won't ever trust you ever again.
That's fair.
What brings you to Baldur's Gate? In here, in the tavern.
I'm looking for a woman.
Oh,
She's said to
you
be quite beautiful.
saucy boy.
Never look for a woman in a bar.
All right, who are you looking for?
I believe her name is.
That's how I met my wife. My wife.
I believe her name is.
Tyrena.
Tyrannosaurus.
Tyrena.
Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Tyrannosaurus
It's
Vena.
short for.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I heard a lot of voices all at once. Who-
Tyrene, I believe.
Oh, you're looking for Tyrena.
What is my buddy's name again?
His name, yeah,
Qual?
Qual Knightley.
Just say-
Yes, Tyrena. She's up in the Green Dragon room. She's running a very exclusive game of Baldur's Bones. High stakes.
All right, I know you said you're not going to trust me anymore.
Yes.
But I got a lot of gold coming my way, and I think I can cut you in. But I need you to stake me at this game upstairs.
Okay.
Make a persuasion check.
It is a 16.
Gib, you're a ripe son of a bitch. You know that, right?
I do.
And you pulled some serious shit that got me in a lot of trouble. You know that, right?
Keep on doing it, buddy.
And if
I'm
I
gonna get some
know
gold
you
upstairs
well
right
enough,
now.
you're going to pull some shit at this high stakes game.
That's right.
And either you win a lot of gold and you pay it to me, or you lose and get the shit kicked out of you.
Nice.
Either way, I win.
I like that about you.
All right, you bastard. Here's 50 gold pieces.
Yes.
Now hurry up on upstairs.
And I go upstairs and I say, I'll make it worth your while, my friend.
Excellent. You make your way upstairs.
The worst wizard. Just
Tommy.
the worst.
The third round of drinks bought by Lala.
Wizard.
All right.
Yeah.
She says, What can I do for you? You poor thing. You've gone through such turmoil to get here.
Oh,
I don't want you to take offense to this. You're a beautiful woman, but I'm actually looking for another lady. Her name is Tyrina. Can you tell me where she is?
offensive.
Disgusting.
Disgusting.
Tyrina, the hot-blooded half-orc?
That would be her.
Hot-blooded. What's that?
Yes, well, I believe she is upstairs in the Green Dragon room running a very high-stakes, very high-end game of Baldur's Bones.
That's my game. Don't wear it out.
Oh.
I want to point out that chat wanted you to stake me, so you did good.
I let the dice do the talking. Well, I was hoping maybe we'd play a game of Baldur's Bones, but I guess since you're looking for this other woman,
Calm down.
I'll have to let you be. She's upstairs in the Green Dragon room.
Can you take me to her?
Make a persuasion check.
10.
Revy's like, no.
Yes, I will. I will do this one last favor for you.
Ooh, girl, what's that?
And she stands up and walks you upstairs.
She just happens to be 9 feet tall.
Does she have a gnome?
Pick me up.
No, she's a gnome herself.
Okay.
This was she's a gnome too.
Oh.
Tommy Lee Gnomes is what we would refer to as a spinner.
Tiny wee gnomes.
Tommy Wee gnomes.
Yes, exactly.
Tommy Wee.
You guys are now all standing outside of the Green Dragon room.
Now this is the Spider-Man meme where we're all like,
All finding kind of like their own paths to get there. Yeah, you can go ahead and put yourselves in front of that closed door on the far end,
The one on the side.
standing in the hallway.
Glad some people are paying attention.
The door is closed. There is a bouncer standing outside. He looks at all of you crowding around the door and asks, "Well then, what are you all lot doing here?"
Alan sent me. I'm here for security for the game.
Alan.
Alan.
Make a deception check.
Yeah.
Dr. Allen says that's a bad idea.
14?
Oh, Dr. Grant.
Yeah.
14?
Yeah.
Alan didn't say anything of the like. Who are you really? What are you doing here?
Alan, how many times are we going to go over this? He hires me at these events and then...
How many just one bouncer?
Yeah.
Up there?
Yeah.
I'm going in to talk to Tyrina.
Make a persuasion check.
I'm not going in to talk to Tyrina. 5.
Unfortunately, Tyrina has closed her event for the evening. It's a full table.
Switch to intimidation. I'm going in to talk to Tyrina.
Does anyone else want to back him in that?
I'll try to back.
Okay, well, yeah. What do you say? What do you do?
I mean, I would like to keep the strong silent type. That if he goes up and he's like, "No, we're going in to talk to him," then I'm just gonna walk up behind him.
Sure, kind of like, yeah,
sort
that's
of
awesome.
nod and
So
nod.
roll with advantage on the intimidation check. So 2 20s, take the higher roll, then add your modifier.
Fuck. 6.
This guy sucks.
He rolled a 5.
This guy's
Take it.
Oh.
How you both
Sorry.
just narrowly avoid the normal lore.
didn't realize the situation as he's trying to like get out of, like trying to agree with you guys. Very well. Let me just poke my head in and let him know you're here. Is that all right? Very good. He opens the door, like pulls his head and goes, oh hey, yeah, it's Irina. Yeah, there's some people here. You want it? No, should I? Yeah, okay. And he pokes his head back out. He says, you may walk in, and he opens the door for you. As you all crowd into this rather small chamber,
there's not a lot of room in there.
You see a large circular wooden table that takes up a majority of the chamber. The other predominant feature of this room is a young green dragon's head mounted on the wall above the fireplace, clearly where this room gets its name.
I was gonna say, is that why they call it Green
That's why they
Dragon
call it
Room?
the Green Dragon Room.
Use context. Come on.
Oh my god!
You clearly see Tyrina. She's sitting at the head of the round table, but like coordinating everything for the game. She is this big, tall, Viking-esque half-orc. She's got braided hair, green skin, blonde braided hair, tusks from the bottom and top of her mouth, and she's got scaled armor on, and she's hunching over the table, grabbing gold, laughing at people, doing the whole thing.
I am immediately erect.
Haven't you been since?
Okay.
You said it
Knocks
first.
over the table.
Yeah, Gugush flips the
You
table.
hear a knock under the table and nobody knows where it came from.
The other three dice rollers at the table look like they're high-end noblemen, wealthy merchants who have obviously earned a place at her table.
Is there perchance an empty chair?
There is one empty
I
chair.
just sit down.
Before you do,
I immediately beat him too.
you guys kind of have to stand around the table as you fill up the room because there's not enough room for you to crowd in one spot. And as you guys are going for the chair, Tyrina looks up and goes, "Hey, well then, what do we have here? Who are you all lot? I've only got room for one more." Silence.
Well then, I guess I'll be playing with you tonight. Then I pull out my sack of gold and I say, let's play.
Anyone else have a higher wager?
Nope.
I have over 200 gold pieces on me.
Make a
I have a
deception.
holy symbol that I don't need anymore.
Make a deception check.
You're just giving those away?
Oh, yes, I am.
13.
By the looks of you, lad, I don't believe you for 1 second. But
That bastard.
I will more than willingly take all the gold you do have. Fine, sit down. As she's getting the dice together, collecting the ante from the table. This one is 30 gold pieces for this round. She looks up at you all again and she says, "Well then, why are you all here? I know you don't all want a spot at the table."
Do I have I met Tyrina? Have I met her before?
Make a history
in the
check. Make a history check.
16, 18.
Yeah, it's safe to say you've maybe met her in passing here and there.
Do I know if she knows Thieves' Cant?
She does not.
Okay.
What you do know about her is that she did work for the Flaming Fist for a while, and after she left their service, she teamed up with a pirate brigade, and then mysteriously kind of came back to Baldur's Gate with a dick ton of gold, enough that she will never have to work again in her entire life, and people know that. The Green Dragon Room is kind of her room now. You know what I mean? It's her station. She goes, Nashimo.
Yeah, Tyrina, how you doing?
Nailed it.
You got it.
Interesting to see your face here.
Yeah, Zog sent us over.
Captain Zog, you say?
We were hoping maybe, throughout your games you'd heard one or two. I'm just glad I'm not the only one who knocked one off the table tonight. I was hoping, for the right price, you could talk with me for a few minutes.
Interesting. And your friends here? Who are they?
I really just met most of them. This dude almost got laid. The other guy can't seem to get his dick down, and
I don't want to.
I've noticed.
I'm not really sure where he keeps getting gold, but it's real, I think.
A ragtag bunch as I've ever seen it. Let me think on this.
Yeah.
Everyone, roll the dice. So go ahead and roll your 3d6. Who wants to be the patrons?
I'll play.
Before the game starts,
Yeah.
DM discretion. The set. Does that mean I'm missing my 6 from the set since I didn't really get?
No, you just
down?
used one.
So I'm gonna say, so you have 2 like loaded dice
Yeah,
that
in the room.
that in game mechanics you can just place the number you want it to be.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It rolls in your favor.
But I'm
And
missing one of them
In this
now.
one, yeah.
sure, yeah, you're missing one of them. You have to make a sleight of hand check for as you learned. So.
Can I steal some 6s?
Oh yeah, absolutely, dude. So yeah, I need 3 more rollers. Who wants to roll for Tyrina?
Yep.
You're gonna be Tyrina. You're gonna be patron. Perfect.
This time I'm hot.
So
Feeling it?
let's start on this end with you, Colin.
Got you.
Roll. So start with 3. Make sure no one else sees. Do you want to stand or do you want to roll?
Roll.
So add a 4th. Stand or roll?
Stand.
You're good. Gib, you're up. Stand or roll?
Roll.
Go ahead and roll.
Simple math, ladies and gentlemen.
If you bust 21, let me know.
I'm gonna stand.
You understand? Excellent. Rob?
You didn't.
I'm gonna roll.
Roll it. Stand or roll?
Stand.
Okay, Smithers representing Tyrina.
Roll.
Keep the rolling going. You can roll as much as you want before you want to stand.
Hang on, I need more dice.
I have more excited if you. Okay.
Who's got another 6?
Here you go, bud.
Thank you. Stand.
All right. Let's show them the dice. Start with you, Colin. What? 19. Ooh, good roll. Gib?
I had 20.
Did you use one of your loaded dice? Ooh.
I was kind of waiting to see like the room to reveal and then like maybe try to pull some bullshit at the last second.
We can try. Yeah, if someone else gets 20.
19.
19.
19.
19. Gib with the honest roll.
Wow, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Honest roll. Wow.
He's changed.
Thank you.
I never had these before.
So you collect 40, 80, 100, no, 30, 90 gold pieces.
Nice.
I'm rich.
You see Tyrina's like visibly upset by this. Ah,
What the fuck, man?
ended my hot streak.
Thanks for the game.
Okay, now Shamo.
Yeah.
You're looking for information, hey?
Yeah.
What are you looking for?
We need to know anything that you know
You're
about
gonna
what
need 'em again.
happened in what's the name of that town? Austriel? Austriel? Triel?
El Trio.
Eltriel. I don't know what that down.
Big news happening over there.
Yeah, I heard something about the Hellraisers might have had something to do with it.
What's your play in this? Why do you have interest?
Honestly, I'm just in it for the gold. I mean,
Casual murderer.
Zog said there was a lot of money.
In my life.
Hey, you're gonna have
That's how it works, man.
This apartment doesn't pay for itself.
That means someone's paying you. Who are you working for?
The usual, flaming fist guys.
Oh, I guess I should have recognized the badge
we got
on you.
the murder badges.
You got the
rolling.
murder badge. Oh, I'd love to have one of those again.
Oh yeah, could you imagine?
And she just like kind of grabs for the two-handed sword.
Do I overhear this?
Oh yeah, everyone hears this. Yeah, they're.
My badge on the table and I say, "Want to go one more time?"
Oh,
Yo, no. Oh, God.
wagering a flaming fist coat of arms badge. That's worth 150 gold pieces.
I'm happy to take those.
All Antian, and the other 2 patrons Antian as well.
Oh, consider it anti.
All right.
While this is happening, would anyone else like to be doing anything at this time?
I've literally just been staring at
Sure.
Tyrina the entire time.
Gambling's happening, talking's happening between Nashimo and Tyrina. Any other Pale characters? Anything you want to do?
Bust.
I'm sitting there being very fucking.
Let's jet.
Okay.
Let's go. Bust.
Okay.
I'm noticeably impatient.
Is everybody playing? So is a lot of gold in, or is it heads up?
No, it's a lot of gold in. Yeah.
All the patrons are in.
Patrons.
Was there anything you wanted to be doing?
I'm standing there just grinning and smiling, fakely laughing.
You're not building.
Ilya?
But my one hand is gripping
Same, like,
one of my
Okay.
short swords, ready
Okay.
for a brawl.
Sure.
You're gripping your sword.
Yeah, you guys understand that, like, Tyrina, there's a little give and take with the conversation.
Yeah.
She's having this party, but you're getting impatient, but you know this is kind of how it has to go at this moment, yeah. So let's roll it. Roll your 3d6. We'll start with Tyrina Smithers this time. Stand or roll?
Roll.
Roll it. Stand or roll? He's rolling. She's rolling.
It's rolling.
It's rolling. Tyrina. Smithers is Tyrina. Rolling.
Stand.
Excellent. Rob?
Roll. Roll.
Gonna roll again.
Stand.
All right, we're standing. Gib?
Roll.
Oh, I can do
Need
both.
to borrow
Yeah.
Are they waited? You slide.
We can wait to try to change them till we'll reveal the hands, yeah. Stand or roll?
Get real weighted. Guys.
Stand or roll?
I need one more.
Do you need a
I do
calculator?
not have an
Are
answer.
you doing weird?
Someone get this man an abacus.
Here you go.
Check his pockets. He's pocketing them.
Stand?
Stand.
Oh.
Jesus.
Stand or roll? He's rolling.
Stand.
Excellent. Tyrina, we'll start with you. 19. Rob?
20.
20. Colin?
19.
19. Gib, do you want to try to use one of your weighted dice?
1,
Taking a while
3,
over
7.
Tyrina rolled a hot 20.
I have 10, 20. I'm sorry. Yeah. Things are not going good for
So if you want, you can use one of your loaded dice to change one of the dice you rolled to try to hit a better number. You know what I mean? So if you busted, you can try to turn like a 6 or a 5 into like a 1 or a 2 to get you closer to 21 or something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Do you want to try to do that?
Yeah.
Make a sleight of hand check. Tyrina, make a perception check. The plus 1 there.
Oh boy. But
What'd you roll, Tyrina?
Well, 4.
I don't see shit.
And what'd you roll, Gib?
Tyrina is fucking oblivious.
Just
Gib, what'd you roll?
right now.
Add your perception modifier. Or your dexterity modifier to your roll.
5. Nope. 4.
You both rolled a 4?
Whoa.
Roll again.
roll again.
I don't know who I want to win. Who am I betting on?
What did you roll, Tyrina?
3.
14.
Okay, change one of your dice.
Okay, so
Slick fuck.
15.
Watch your math. Don't bust.
How does this guy keep winning shit? Somebody kill him
This
already.
is typically how it happens. Somebody does the dumbest shit and they get away with it, honestly.
So 10. 15.
You got it.
17. 18. And 21 is the objective?
That is
Yeah,
the
you have
objective.
to get 21. I have 20.
So you reveal a straight 21
Yeah.
against Tyrina's 20. Tyrina is pissed.
Yes, she is.
Oh, I was hoping that you could leave with this today. I suppose I'll be keeping it as I...
150 gold.
Yeah.
No, it was a so you won 450 gold, motherfucker.
Fuck this guy.
Tyrina is like game over, doesn't want to play anymore.
Yeah, I'm not
Screw
in the mood
this
for it
guy. Yeah, I'm not in the mood for it either. Fine then. Nashimo, I'm already sick of your friends here. What do you want? Out with it.
I just need to know what you've been hearing about this whole situation.
Okay, I understand. Well, I do know something.
We can't just drink a shot of Malort's just
No,
randomly.
that's
Scotch.
Scott.
by the way.
Sipping
Bob.
on that scotch.
This net one a long time ago.
As you might have already expected, Nashimo, the dead 3 have something to do with what happened
Yeah,
with
we ran
El
into some
Terrell.
ball guys on the street. It's
They're
unreal.
killing out in the open now.
Yeah.
It's terrible. I will tell you what I know if you all do a favor for me. You know how these things
already
go.
on a quest.
Doing
Really
favors
just
here.
How
need
many
to
side
know.
quests?
This one's a lot of
Everything
fun.
just
Ooh, a
murdered.
lot of fun. No.
Side quest?
This one's a lot of fun.
How much gold will it cost you to just give us information?
I can come up with that price, or if you feel like flexing your murder badges,
Murder badges.
my my old crew I ran with,
might
a
not be
pirate
saving this
brigade. a pirate brigade led by Stonetooth, the pirate captain.
Yeah, I know.
I sort of stole all of the treasure he got on a deep sea voyage.
I hate it when that just happens. You know
And
what I
he has sent band and band of his pirate raiders here to Baldur's Gate to try to murder me, and I've killed them each as they've come in.
You know, you're class.
Stonetooth is on his way here now with his best men. If you and your companions help me kill Stonetooth and his band of pirates, I will tell you what I know.
Yeah, is this
or
happening like right now?
if you guys pay me 500 gold pieces, I'll tell you the information now.
I'm fine going to the murder. I'm not paid.
I'm fine to murder.
You're literally the one with the
He's
gold.
the only one with money.
Well, I gotta go cause some mayhem downstairs first, and then we'll go.
All right, let's just go do the murder.
Yeah, we're gonna murder.
Oh, don't worry.
Yeah, it's Henry. No, that's fine. We're in.
Stonetooth and his pirates are on their way here to Elfsong
Oh,
Tavern.
they're coming to us for the murder.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Fair.
Here's what I propose. We all head downstairs, pull up random seats at random tables, take different vantage points in the tavern, spread out if you will. And when Stonetooth shows up, pulls his weapon against me, you all step in and help me in the battle.
How many guys he bringing? You think?
Why are you so cavalier about everything?
You never know.
He himself, of course, and a band, probably 4 or 5 of his best pirates.
All right, so you guys take care of this. I'm gonna go hit the ship while everybody's gone.
Okay.
No, I'm kidding. I'm totally here to murder people, 100%.
Well,
You all
somebody
go
should
sit
definitely go hit the
downstairs.
ship.
I'm gonna go on the roof.
I'm sure the majority of his crew will be on the ship still, but hey, I won't stop you.
No, 4 guys is fine.
It's totally up to you.
No, I'm good. I'll hide on the roof.
Very good.
What is the race of these people?
Dude, what accent?
I don't know what that was. That
You
was.
can't just ask what their race is. Jesus.
That's being a racist.
They're pirates. They're a mix of things.
They're both like,
All of them more than capable of handling their own in a fight. But I hope you all are more than capable.
Yeah, I'm totally taking a position on the
Do
roof.
any of them speak
Just in case anybody missed that.
Draconic?
It's
Why? You
possible.
don't speak Draconic.
Yeah, I do.
Why do you speak Draconic?
Don't worry about it.
All right.
It's possible. Maybe a dragonborn is mixed up with this pirating crew.
Okay.
You gonna ask him about
I
your
will.
parents?
I will distract them and say we're here to meet peace, while you all sneak up behind with your blades and
Seems like
slice
the
their
trauma from your
throats.
past is troubling you.
yeah.
Would you like to share with the group? Just before
Lull
we
them to
murder?
sleep with the story of your parents'
To
death.
your parents.
Yeah. So what? Is the plan good or not?
Plan's good. We're murdering. Let's go.
Let's get the fuck out of here.
Very good. As she wraps up the table, thanks the gamblers for gambling with her. Looks at you like fuck you again. She grabs her massive claymore leaning off the back wall, and you all head down into the bar.
Let's slip out a window onto the roof.
Again, she instructs you to kind of like fan out, take different positions in the bar. So if each of you want to place your miniatures in different spots, or if there's a specific spot you want to be, let me know. Like at the bar, at a table, by the big burning hearth fire, in a private room, whatever you think.
Which one of these guys is Joel?
Joel, he's gonna be
the table.
the dude with the cape,
This guy?
the yellow cape. Yellow
Over
cape, yeah.
But pirates.
I tell
Butt pirates.
Joel real quick. I give him the 50 he staked me,
Uh-huh.
plus another 50 on top.
Oh,
Look at this guy, money bag.
make a deception check.
Why? He's actually giving it to him.
Make it.
17.
You ripe son of a bitch. You did great! Are you bloody kidding me? Doubled my investment. You're a great lad. You know what? Let me buy you a drink. Bartender! And he calls him over, gets you a drink, and you
Settle
guys are
down.
like,
Joel, between me and you, some shit's about to go down.
oh?
You can either partake and make some more gold, or you can get the fuck out of here and be safe.
I'm always down for making more gold.
Don't let anybody stab me, and I'll make sure you get more gold.
I like the sound of that, lad. Excellent. Anyone else doing anything specific?
Yeah, I'm not inside. I'm outside. I want to come in after everybody.
Okay, you're like hanging out like by the well or something, or up on the exterior wall.
Post up on the corner.
Sure, yeah, I see.
In a booth with my hood up.
Very Strider of you.
That is very strange.
It is Aragorn in the beginning of the
Yeah, we've seen the movie, dude. I mean, we get the reference.
I'm not used to being around people who do. So.
Oh, you get that reference?
As you go in to explain the entire plot of Lord of the Rings.
So,
But-
small beings, and they have to take this ring.
Dormir, is there a specific vantage point you want? Do you want to be looking at the door?
When you're you come through the door. I'm to the back left.
Okay, excellent.
You won't see me right when you walk in. Also, quick side note: could have just taken the Eagles to the fucking mountain.
You just say the Eagles because they don't want to be a part of the war.
That would have prevented any war. And
If you read anything, they don't want to be a part of it.
Eileen,
Not a part
The
of that.
closer you are to danger, the farther you are from harm.
Eileen, is there anything?
What?
Is there is there a specific?
Why does Harry Potter not die when he gets bit by the basilisk? He's a Horcrux too.
He's a wizard, Harry.
If we're asking questions.
That's true.
No, I'm right behind tripod. I'm right behind 3-Dick here.
Okay.
I'm standing behind.
Tommy, any specific spot with you?
I'm over by the
No
wine
one
and
told me
spirit
to get
cellar
legs,
over
so
there.
just 3-Dick.
Excellent. Excellent.
Because while they're all fighting,
Never
maybe
been
I can
answered.
just indulge in some.
He's always
We
never
don't
takes his
know
boots
if
off.
he's just some sort of tentacle dick monster.
As you all are waiting for this band of pirates led by Stone Tooth,
Tentacle dicks.
My wife is very concerned that we were chanting murder.
But we were.
well, yeah, the problem is, well, you guys weren't. Your characters were. That's what you have to tell her.
Yeah.
It was still mostly.
Tell the difference.
So, as you guys are waiting in the bar, in the tavern, Elfsong Tavern, a drink comes around. Maybe you get a little something to eat. Talk to a few patrons of the bar, waiting for Stone Tooth and his brigade of pirates to show up. You guys start to hear a small whimsical tune resonate throughout the tavern, almost taking control of every small private conversation of in the entire tavern. It's the elf song.
That's the song that's playing right now.
This is your night.
My part I thought it was going to be that jingle from Insidious. It was like,
I have the elf song in front of me.
Sorry.
It's not
It's not that. I'm out.
That's two things.
the elf song again takes over every small and private conversation in the tavern as everyone in a dead silence tries to listen to this beautiful piece sung by the haunted elf who's somewhere in the tavern. Usually the song is about longevity, beauty, nourishment, and a bountiful life.
Things that don't apply to
And about it being your
Correct.
night.
And about it being your night.
about it being your night.
But tonight,
Got him.
tonight the song is different. The ghost elf who haunts Elfsong Tavern sings a more vision of doom song
Sing the Doom song now.
that relates to the fall of Eltriel.
Oh my God, is anyone else listening?
She sings
Dark.
Is this Portishead?
across the tavern. Okay, let's get through this. Oh, sing the song of Eltriel,
The piano man.
of water, woods, and hill. The sun dawns on her rooty cliffs in fields of green and sill. This land of long abiding joy, home of the strong and brave, renowned by all across the realms, and never once a slave. Oh, sing a song of Eltriel, when foes are at her door. Hear fields torn by cloven feet from some infernal shore. Arise, the mighty hell riders. Take up your swift, keen swords, then charge into hellish fray and scatter devil hordes. Oh, sing a song of Eltriel, When the night goes fall, sleep safe beneath champion's light until dawn does call. We're bound by mortal covenant, the only ends with which the only ends with death. We so will sing of El Triel until our final breath. And as soon as like the last musical notes of this haunting song resonates over Elk Song Tavern, the doors to the tavern rudely open as if interrupting the elf song. In walks this brooding pirate. He has almost like grills on his mouth, like stone teeth protruding up like orcish tusks. He has a large helm kind of like draping down the back of his neck, covering the back of his head and his sides, but his face is stern, dirty, and brisk. He has several swords, rapiers on his belt, and a large like backpack on his back. He looks well traveled, with armor like piercing out from his dirty talberd. Behind him are 4.
There's 5.
You're walking with him too.
Yeah.
You see 4 other brooding pirates. Hatchets, bucklers, axes, weapons at the fray as they're all looking around the tavern at each and every one of you. Make a stealth check.
Yeah. 14.
You guys see Nashimo like kind of with them. And the pirate gang is so focused on like looking around the tavern, they don't notice him either.
Wait a second.
We didn't see you sneak out like that.
This is Stonetooth, and this is his pirate brigade. Will you put them walking in the tavern?
Brigade.
And then just put me right in the back of them.
Put me right in there.
Right in their butts.
Pressure.
Just
In their
right
butts.
in their butts.
Right like a gnome would be in their butts.
Stonetooth calls out, Tyrina! Tyrina, where are you?
Gross.
As like the bar is like a dead silence still from the elf song, and now as Stonetooth resonates throughout the open tables.
Since I am short and hard to see, can I just yell something out?
Yeah, go for it.
You shitheads came to the wrong place at the wrong time.
There we go, ladies and gentlemen. There it is.
Everybody drink.
So you say that and then you try to like hide in the crowd? Or are you like on a table?
I think somebody shit on the coats. He's gone.
Make a stealth check. Make a stealth check.
What was the name of this slave?
19.
Episode 1 of Star Wars.
Tyrina!
That's exactly.
I'm sick of this! You now throw falsities, crude statements at me.
What's his name?
You show yourself now and bring my treasure with you.
Sebulba's the pilot. The pod pilot.
Yeah, get it.
Watto.
Get it right.
Watto. It's Watto.
That's your Watto.
That's your Watto voice. That's 100%.
Is that my Watto voice? He doesn't know where the insult came from. He again calls out for Tyrina. Would anyone else like to do anything at this point?
I would like to have another drink.
Not till
please.
combat starts.
You like whisper to the bartender another drink.
Let's go.
Tyrina stands up and walks towards the center. Here, this is Tyrina. Please place her in front of Stonetooth.
Does it look like shit? What's your name? Nomi Johnson.
Tommy Lee.
No.
No.
Tommy Lee.
Do you look like you're gonna protect me, or am I stuck with both?
No, I'm off by myself over by the wine cellar.
He's literally in the opposite end of the bar.
Not doing well.
What is the lead pirate carrying as a weapon?
Stonetooth?
Yeah.
He's got a rapier for like one hand and then like a hand axe in the other hand. Tyrina stands up in front of him. As she walks up to him, she kind of like looks around the tavern, like looking for you guys, like making sure, like, hey, like it's happening. Yeah. She sees you, like, okay, sick. She goes, oh, Stonetooth, you finally found me here, huh? What is it you want? Stonetooth goes, "Oh, Tyrina! Finally, here you are in front of me. You will forfeit your life or give me the treasure you have stolen from me. Sorry, my English is not my first language."
Common is not my
What
first
is
language.
that?
Anyone have poison?
No, not yet.
Tyrina says,
Soon.
"You have walked in here unknowing of the trap I've set for you. Come now, we will fight." And she pulls out her two-handed sword. Stonetooth looks at her and says, "This ends now." And all his guys pull their weapons. Stonetooth pulls his weapons.
Oh God, yeah, it's happening.
Everyone roll initiative. Initiative.
Murder.
The door's closed, right?
Yeah.
Roll initiative.
6.
So roll it first, and then I'll call out for numbers.
Shit.
Anything above a 20.
Yeah.
Oh.
21.
Shimo.
I have really high dex.
20 to 15. 20 to 15.
Wait.
Okay. 14 to 10.
10.
10? Oh boy.
Oh boy, guys.
It's a D20 plus the initiative.
Correct.
Yes.
Correct.
Oh.
It's not great.
It's all right.
Okay.
Not great, Bob.
Not great.
9 to 5.
6.
Nice.
At 5.
Nailed it.
Fuck.
Trying not to.
Dude, we're gonna make it happen.
Okay.
Everything's gonna be dead, hopefully.
4 to 1.
I got a 3.
Fuck.
Malort.
Murder.
That's just so exciting.
Murder.
I'm not doing anything anyways. I'm by myself, so what does it matter?
You deserve this.
You earned this, bud. You did it.
You really, truly did. It's for you, buddy.
Aw.
Okay. So each square on the map is 5 feet.
Yeah.
Angles alternate between 5'10", 5'10".
Where'd you put my boys? There.
So you're like in the doorway, kind of like behind them. Yeah. Weapons are drawn.
Oh yeah.
All the employees of the tavern just like here we fucking go. You know what I mean? They like get to like their safe areas. All the patrons like turn around, have their drinks, have like a mutton, turkey leg in their mouth, and are ready for a fucking show. Nashimo,
Yeah.
you are first.
Oh, yeah.
Tripod, you're on deck.
They never saw me, right? I'm still stealth.
Correct.
All right, sweet. So I get advantage for sneak attack.
Yes.
19 to hit.
Hits.
Sweet.
Started. The fight started.
5 damage.
5 points of damage as you run your short sword.
Dagger.
Like through his back. He's like, "Oh!" As he turns around, like, "Where did you?" Did you roll your sneak attack?
Yeah.
Okay, excellent. He's still alive, but not in good shape. Anything else from you, Nashimo?
Can I use my bonus action to try to sneak into the crowd for another sneak attack?
Sure.
Okay.
Because you're a rogue,
Yeah,
right? So you can use your cunning. Do you have cunning action
cunning
yet?
action,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's cunning action.
So
Hide.
roll.
Yep.
10.
Unfortunately, as like the pirate cries out in pain, the other 3 look and see you, and you're like, it's not the right time to try to like back out.
Gotcha.
Tripod, you're up. Then the pirates.
I am stupidly on the other side of the room. So
You got some javelins, don't you?
So
I have a glaive.
Where are you at?
I'm
Is
right
this
here.
core
Right, I just
nucleus,
saw
the
it.
pirates?
Yeah.
Yes.
Right behind
yes,
So I have to get over to here. Correct.
There's 4.
correct.
Or there's
So
5.
I-
So since you guys were like waiting for this to happen, you can extend your movement by half. So your movement speed is 25.
Yep.
So you get a bonus 10 feet. So you can move 35 feet.
All right.
And that glaive attacks at 10 feet. And you've got throwing hammers.
I think I'm probably gonna.
If you want to, you can use your action instead of attacking to move again. That's called the dash action. So you forfeit your ability to attack to move at twice the speed. If you want to get in the fray.
I want to dash and then use throwing hammers.
Okay. Well, that you can't do.
Okay.
Because in lieu of attacking, you're moving again.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Then I want to.
You can move 35 feet. Move 35 feet. See how close you get.
Yeah, so here's 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. It's
That's a 10-foot if you're smacking that little guy.
That little guy is one of the employees of the tavern.
Well,
Which ones?
your glaive.
These guys?
yeah.
Can we move the
I think
employees
there's
out of the
Yeah, move the employees out of the way because they all got out of the way.
safe space?
Elise, does he have a 10-foot reach there? Can you see?
I do.
No.
I can't really see.
No,
Okay.
I'm
To
not.
this guy he would, but I don't know if that's.
Yeah, that guy's a pirate.
Oh well, then fuck that guy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
your
Fuck
glaive
that guy.
can
My
attack
glaive
at 10
is-
feet.
Absolutely. So I roll
Jeez.
d10.
So first you have to hit. So grab your d20, give it a roll, and add your attack modifier bonus, which I believe is a +5 or 6.
Wow, that's brutal. So 10.
10. As you swing your glaive, it like hits one of the neighboring tables. You know, your weapon has such a big reach, it just like
And you
bonks
have some
off the
drinks.
table. Yeah, before getting to him, you miss your attack. Anything else, Tripod?
My longbow.
I feel like maybe I should try and dash out of the way. Like I fucked this up. I should probably tack up.
You can try to take 5 feet, step back.
Okay.
Sure. You boop,
Or my chance to hit.
step backward a little bit. The pirates. Stone Tooth immediately attacks Tyrina. 2 of them turn around and attack you, Nashimo. 1 steps up to you, and 1 is helping attack Tyrina. The one that goes to attack you, Tripod, walks through your glaive's reach, which provokes an attack of opportunity. So you get a free attack as he's walking up on you.
So I roll
Roll a d20 and add your +5 or whatever you have.
19.
19 is a clean hit as you slash him across the chest as he closes in. So now roll damage, which I believe is a d10,
Yes, it is.
It doesn't seem. Is it a dexterous?
and then add your damage bonus.
75.
Nope.
What? That is.
Is it
no.
a 7? Is that a 70? So 7 plus
75 damage.
5. So
5?
12.
He's mad lad.
Not +5. You don't have +5 to damage. What's your strength modifier?
3.
3.
Sorry.
So to hit is the +5. On damage, it's a +3.
Gotcha.
So you deal. I'm sorry. How much?
10, right? Or is it 7 plus 5? It's 7 plus
7
3.
plus 5.
No, 3.
Plus 3.
So
Sorry.
10 points of damage. As you cut across him, he drops like the hand axe in his offhand and is like holding his chest like, oh, fuck, but he's still like trying to get at you.
Shits himself.
He shits himself.
Literally poops.
But he comes in for the attack against you, Tripod.
Okay.
He lunges at you with his rapier, and you just parry it away with your glaive, blocking the attack. 2 attacks against you, Nashimo.
Yeah.
Both miss as you just like dodge left and dodge right as a hatchet and a rapier come your
It's a
way.
Kansas City shuffle.
Stone Tooth attacks Tyrina, and a pirate attacks Tyrina as well.
Is he? If he's attacking a target, I don't get an opportunity, right?
Correct.
It's only if he moves through.
Yes. Moves through or out of.
Out of.
The pirate misses Tyrina, but Stone Tooth hits her clean with his hatchet. He deals 4 points of damage to Tyrina. Gib, it's your turn, then Doramir.
I say, taste cold, fuckers, and I ray of frost.
Who are you targeting?
Damn.
So 2 pirates have been hit, 2 haven't been hit, and then there's Stone Tooth.
I'm going for the one that's on him.
Okay, so yeah, he's near
rolling
death.
for this dude.
Yeah, he's near death.
Critical.
Oh, yeah, 20. So give me some flavor.
Yeah, just it swirls around the room, which I normally can't do, but in this instance, everybody thinks I'm really cool. And then it goes straight through his head. And then
look how cool
and then
So roll your damage dice twice. I believe Ray of Frost is a D8. Yep, roll it twice.
That sucks.
Is it 2?
2.
He had 2 hit points.
Critical
Murder.
Tripod. The pirate's head just freezes and explodes in front of you.
Is that the
Sick.
first kill?
Yeah.
That is the first kill.
I mean, technically.
Oh yeah, no, you had the
At the beginning of the game.
Gib. Your new best friend ally like kind of steps in front of you and like turns around. He's got his weapon drawn. He goes, "Oh, you don't need my protection, but you still paid me to do it, so I'm going to protect you."
Everybody stabs.
Yes, of course. Yes, of course. Yeah. Excellent, Dormir. You're up. Then Ilya.
Come on, bud.
Let's go.
Did you remove that pirate in front of you, Smithers?
Oh, I'll get that.
Take him right off. Yep, he gone.
Test.
Am I still in the room?
Where'd you go, bud?
Where'd I go?
You were
I
in
thought
the
I was
corner,
in
weren't you?
Yeah, it was.
Where did he go?
I think you left.
He just had him up.
Which mini were you?
Big, tall, like holding the longbow from the ground.
Did you not make it out of here?
Is he still in the room?
Oh, is he standing right here?
Where'd everyone go?
Facing a wall.
I wanted to be in that back, or I wanted to be
Yeah.
in the left
Yeah,
corner
yeah,
when he came in from the entrance. So my first is going to be to line of sight with the bow.
Yep.
That's a table, right?
It's the bar, yeah.
I can shoot over the bar.
Right over it.
And that guy's bad guy.
Sure is.
Fuck that.
He's got bad guy tattooed like on his face, you know,
He's
very
so
clearly.
helpful.
He's actually just a really big fan of the Billie Eilish song.
I would like to shoot it with my bow.
Shoot her!
So
Roll it.
rolled an 11.
Plus your modifiers.
It says +7 on here.
That sounds right.
18.
18 is a clean hit.
Well done, bud.
As you shoot an arrow and it just like digs through his arm into his side. Ugh! Roll damage. Should be D8 plus your dexterity modifier.
D8 +3. 6 damage.
Ugh! He takes the arrow, which like paralyzes his left arm, as he looks over you with like a throwing hatchet, like, I'll get you. Do you want to move at all? You can still use your movement speed.
Yeah, or can I can't shoot again, right?
Correct, not yet.
One
So then
attack.
I would like to go.
You can move or try to hide, like behind the bar or
This is
something.
a wall here, right?
Yes.
I would like to go 1, 2, 3. That's 15 feet.
Excellent.
And out of line of sight of that dumbass and his throwing hatchets.
Ba-boom!
Hang there for a minute.
Ilya, your turn, then Tommy.
Tommy Wee.
Tommy boy.
Get ready, Tommy Wee.
Tammy.
Again, you get that bonus 10 feet, Ilya.
30, 35, 40. I'm right next to my best bud at Trek.
Great.
She just walks into your line of sight. Yeah. You like forgot about her in the heat of battle, but then she quickly reminds you.
Hello. This guy that's on like the far left here.
This one?
Yeah, that guy.
Okay.
I'm gonna throw a javelin.
Ooh.
Please
Roll
don't
it.
miss. I am right behind that
So
guy.
you sound very nonchalant about just like hurling a javelin.
That's a 15.
15 hits, and that's the one that's already wounded by Nashimo.
Suck my plasma boosters. That's a 9 damage.
Oof. This kills the pirate. Do you want to take the flavor on that?
I literally want to casually walk up next to Tripod, make eye contact with him.
Look at
and
him.
then
Look at
also casually,
just no
like,
look.
like while looking at Tripod,
Yeah.
throw a javelin and kill that guy.
Goosh.
Yeah.
Tripod, do you want to say anything to her? Or it?
You
don't-
think that's impressive?
I do.
I'm not scared of you.
Nothing matters.
Anything else, Ilya?
No, literally, I'm
Death is just another step
Tommy,
in life.
your turn.
Brick says your
Well, they're not.
mic's real low.
Yeah.
Thanks, Brick.
I was
Sounds
also
getting real
like
low.
talking as I was leaning over the board.
All right.
Tommy, what would you like to do?
So I believe this is a table right here.
As so etched into my first
I'm
edition.
gonna move 10 feet,
Under the table.
and I'm gonna take out my jab.
good.
Ooh.
On top of the table or under it?
I'm on top of it.
He's clearly on top of the
I need a
table.
better angle if I'm going
He's
to.
4 feet tall.
Yeah, that's why he's got to get on top of the table.
Yeah, I need to see overhead so I can throw it down.
Sure. You're going to throw at the one that Dormir wounded?
Yeah, the
Why
one.
not?
Yeah.
right.
Make your attack. Grab your d20, roll it, and add your attack bonus that's next to your javelin
Is it?
written down. +4. +4 to hit.
that?
So roll your d20, add 4.
6.
6.
Well, get the malort.
Shit.
Is it a nat 1?
No, it's a
The
2.
two.
Oh, we
Said
don't.
anything sub 3.
Is that what we. I thought we said nat 1s.
No, we said anything sub 3.
Guess you're taking some more
Here you go,
malort.
idiot.
Mike.
There you go, idiot.
My dude.
As your javelin just like phew, goosh, and it hits the ground at the base of the bar, not clearing it. Tyrina swings her massive claymore at at Stonetooth. She swings, and you hear Stonetooth go as she cuts across him. She deals 8 points of slashing damage to Stonetooth. Hear her call out, "There's many more that came from Stony Boy."
Stony boy.
Stony boy.
Life's the bicycle.
Nashimo, you're up, then Tripod.
Do I have advantage for the flanking from Tyrina?
On Stonetooth, you do.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and sneak attack on her.
Sure, that'll be with advantage.
Yeah. 19, 24 to hit.
That'll hit. So, for those who don't know, flanking is a mechanic. If you form a straight line with an ally, and the enemy is sandwiched between you two in a straight line, you guys get advantage on your attack rolls because you're like tactically attacking.
And for me, that's a really big deal because I have an ability that gives me sneak attack when I have advantage. So I get to roll an extra 1d6 if I have advantage.
So your attack hits.
8.
8 points of damage as you take your dagger, shove it into the side, right between like the scaled links of Stonetooth's armor. He calls out, "Get these vile vermin off of me, men!" As he takes the damage. Anything else?
Yeah, I'm going to try to fade out into the crowd again.
Okay, make a stealth check.
13.
As you like try to like back out, Stonetooth like turns around, like grabs you. He's like, "You're going nowhere."
That's aggressive.
Tripod, your turn, then the pirates.
I poked the boss.
So I'm going to. I see this happen.
Yeah.
And I'm going to pull out one of my throwing hammers to throw at Stonetooth. 20 feet.
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah.
5, 10, so 15. He's right
I'm
at
gonna
20.
I'm going to try and kind of get him out of this using my throwing hammer.
Okay, make the attack roll. Roll 20 and add your throwing hammer attack bonus.
16.
16. Roll that. Yeah, plus your bonus.
3.
So 19.
Yep.
That's a clean hit.
Nice.
Roll damage, please.
And that is 1d4. 4.
Nice.
Plus your strength modifier.
Plus 3, right?
Plus my strength, 7.
7. Make a dexterity saving throw.
Yeah. 19, 21.
So Stonetooth has got you by like the cusp of your armor. You're going nowhere.
Yeah.
You look to the side and you just see Tripod like leaning forward for stabilization. You know.
He's
Yeah, exactly. And throws a throwing hammer, and it hits Stonetooth on the hand. He goes, "Gah!" As you hear bone crush.
Nice job, man.
He lets you go, and you duck back into the crowd immediately.
Beautiful.
Good work, Tripod.
Thank you, bud. Very nice.
Pirate's
Okay,
turn.
go for it.
With you gone, he turns back to Tyrina and makes his attack against her. Stonetooth does. He swings as you see Tyrina block the attack and like parry it off to the side, and she yells, "You'll have to do better than that, Stonetooth." He's got what? One pirate left?
Yeah,
Looks like
2, I thought. Is the guy in the middle of them?
Yeah, two
yeah.
pirates
Okay.
left.
the one on the far left is pretty hurt.
Yes, he is going to take a crossbow shot at you, Tripod. And the other one,
You are rock
Who's
stable
red,
right now,
please
though.
stop.
the other one that's between those two pirates, have him move forward. Have him round the bar. Yep,
Round the bar,
round the bar.
round the bar,
One more forward.
keep on
And see and.
around the bar.
Yeah, yep, exactly.
Oh no.
He walks in there and sees you,
I did my best.
Doran there. So we have the crossbow show up against you, Tripod. It shoots and thunk, right between your armor, like puncturing the scale. He hits you.
Right in the tit.
You're going to take 3 points of piercing damage from the crossbow. As the pirate rounds the corner and sees you, swings his hatchet at you. He rolls and will hit you as well.
Dang. Now he's rolling good.
Fuck me.
5 points
Fuck
of
me.
slashing damage.
Why we can't have nice
Every
things.
single time with that. As the pirates rally their cause, Gib will turn to you. Doramir, you're on next.
I'm gonna blast.
Oh.
Ray of Frost.
So I started blasting.
Can you hit this motherfucker right in front of me?
Who are you targeting?
The main guy who's beating up the lady.
Okay, Stone Tooth.
That son of a bitch.
You're gonna need one.
I'm good, thank you.
11.
11 misses Stone Tooth. Your ray of frost like blue light illuminates the tavern as it like hits Stone Tooth, but he just like sheds it off completely. Dormir, you're up. Then Ilya.
Cold never bothers.
So am I? I think that I have
Frozen
I got a
jokes.
longbow and 2 swords.
Oh,
Yeah, you can
God.
just take the swords out.
Okay.
It's a bonus action to draw your swords.
That's a bonus action.
Yes.
Fuck.
I'll tell you what. Make a sleight of hand check. If you roll high enough, you can pull them out as a free action.
But if you roll low, then you die.
Don't tell him
I
that.
did. So
Okay, so you pull your swords out. You still have your action, so you can swing with one of them.
swing with 1. Sure.
Make the attack roll.
This is bullshit. We're fine.
This is fine. It's fine.
So
D20 plus your short sword attack modifier.
16.
16 hits. So it'll be a D6 plus either your strength or your dexterity modifier.
Normal dice. 5.
5 points of damage. As you like slash him across like the arm and shoulder, he like staggers back. Ugh. Anything else?
I'm out of actions, right?
Yeah, you can move if you want.
Oh,
You stagger him back so you can move without attacks opportunity.
yeah, I'm gonna go past. I'm gonna rush past him
Okay.
and get around to this part of the bar here.
Okay. Excellent.
Back a little bit.
That's a bad.
Ilya, your turn, then Tommy.
Who's left?
We've got 2 pirates and Stone Tooth.
So
Both pirates are.
That's one pirate.
Yeah, there's one.
The other
pirate.
pirates with the crossbow.
Stone Tooth is in front of.
Stormtooth is in front.
He's got like the blue.
this guy.
Yeah, so this guy's still a pirate,
Okay.
and that's Stormtooth.
Okay, this is Stone Tooth. This is a pirate. This is a pirate. Stone
All of them are severely damaged.
A javelin. It's stone.
Roll it.
You don't impress me.
I'm not here to impress.
Oh.
Yeah, she is.
It's
Murder.
23.
Hits. You guys are level 1. How you rolling?
Murder.
Suck it.
Suck it. Whoa.
Nope. It's a 4 damage stone butt.
Stone Tooth.
Got him.
Stone Tooth dies.
Nice.
Suck it.
Give me the flavor. How does you go down?
I am still maintaining eye contact with Tripod.
Now it's getting sexual.
It was sexual an hour ago.
Pissing me off.
Yeah.
That dick, boy.
And I'm just fucking, I'm literally just.
The rest of you, see a javelin just pierce through Stone Tooth's head in one side, through the other, like that, like arrow thing you can put on your head, so it looks like there's an arrow through you, and he just goes boom down onto the ground.
Yeah, he's
can
going. He going.
Can I walk up and try to grab my javelin out of his head?
Make a survival check.
It's a 15.
You recover the javelin.
Yeah, I want to walk up and just get it out.
Yep.
And then put it kind of back in.
And Tyrena looks at you. She goes, "Hell yes." Excellent. Tommy, you're up. There's 2 pirates left.
Don't whiff it this time, bud.
I'm gonna use another javelin here.
Fuck it up.
Tommy, help me.
I'm gonna pull out my other
Your
javelin.
only javelin like
You guys love
If
javelin.
I'm not mistaken, I'm still on the table, and there's another pirate entering that doorway there.
Yeah, just,
I'm gonna
just across
attempt
the
to throw
bar.
it right through his ear.
This guy.
This guy's
Like
trying
they
to
tried
copy
to
me.
fuck me.
Throw it.
Fucked me way too many times.
I'm trying to.
This gnome's out here trying to copy my badass moves.
10 plus nothing, probably.
No, check your javelin. You have a +4 to javelins. You're gonna want that.
Or I thought that was how many I have.
No, you have 5 total.
Oh, I have 5. Okay. 14.
That hits.
Nice.
Roll damage. A D6 plus your strength modifier, which is 2.
Please hit him in the head.
6.
6.
Pirate goes down.
Yeah! The boy's alive.
Describe to me how he dies.
I like this tiny man.
This pirate rarely cleans his ears. As I whisk my javelin towards his head, it strikes his left ear, protruding out the right ear, with a bunch of earwax on the tip of the javelin.
So like in a second, a javelin is thrown from one side, a javelin is thrown from the other side, and two pirates just gush, like fall down with javelins through their heads. Excellent work, Tommy. Nashimo,
Yeah.
you're up. There's one left.
I faded into the crowd, right? This guy's got no idea what's up.
Yeah, he's yeah.
He's also pretty hurt.
20.
I think we hit him twice already.
Sneak attack.
Sneak.
9, 14.
That hits.
Sweet.
Throw a javelin or else it's just not worth it.
Yeah. Otherwise, what do we even do?
5 damage.
Give me the flavor.
Oh, he just has no idea. Just right up into the kidney and he's down.
Thud onto the
And I grab
ground.
his coin purse on the way back.
He has.
Wait, is that a
he has,
metaphor for his ball sack?
No. His coin purse.
he has 4 gold pieces
Like
on
a
it.
necklace out of his nuts, or
No.
As the last pirate falls dead to the ground, the whole tavern like starts to cheer. Woo! Yeah, pirates are dead. You did it. So cool. And Tyrina kind of like gathers you all around one of the tables, and she goes, "Oh, that was a mighty fine battle. You have done your service well to me, and I will uphold my end of the deal. StoneTooth will no longer be a problem, and I can live comfortably the rest of my life
obviously
with his
he's
treasure."
dead. I would like to stand wide-legged.
Yeah.
Maybe lean forward a little bit, if you know what I'm saying.
Oh, I know what you're
And
saying.
I would like to try to seduce Tyrina.
Oh. Make a charisma saving throw.
You want those teeth.
Can I get the info first?
She's got those.
Oh.
Before she can't.
Add your charisma.
21.
Oh no.
Look at that.
She like notices you immediately as she like her braids. She does just like one of these, you know,
God.
and she's like doing one of these with her tusk.
I thought you were going to say with her mustache.
Good.
Was a catfish the
Hey,
whole time.
I'm into it.
Tripod, was it?
Oh, yes, it is.
I could guess all the same.
Not leaving much to the imagination, but
You.
Pants leg? That's my
You did a mighty fine service for
there's
me.
actually a custom tailor that just makes his
2 pairs of jeans he left one leg mended together.
After I tell you and your friends what I know about the Dead Three, maybe you can do one more good service to me.
Sunday.
Oh, this day gets better and better. Very good. Allow me to elaborate, please. Let's head back up to the Green Dragon room where I can
Yeah, okay.
All of
where we
us
can talk in
or
private.
just you guys?
You guys head back up to the Green Dragon room.
Sweet.
She speaks to you. This is what I know of the Dead Three. Several blocks northeast of here is a public bathhouse with a walled garden and frolicking nymphs carved into its front gates. Followers of the Dead Three have been seen coming and going from this bathhouse, and I'm told,
That one. The one you one more. Yep.
That one. Yeah.
and I'm told there's a secret door inside the bathhouse that leads to a dungeon. That's where the killers are hiding, and that is where they're keeping information about El Chirel.
Sweet.
Now, you have your information. You must go to this bathhouse and seek whatever answers they have hidden away in there. Now, please, be gone. I have had enough of all of you, but you.
You stay.
You stay. And as you guys are just like trying not to envision Tripod and Tyrina together,
Not with those teeth.
try to like rush
teeth,
out of the
bro.
room. I imagine maybe Ilya, you like stand outside the room like waiting for maybe
I
Tripod.
just the amount of times that I've rolled my eyes.
I'm sorry. No, you wanted to watch.
She's in the room standing there.
It's real uncomfortable.
You would not let me out of your sight, so...
I'm in the room.
Oh my god.
Your next
This is apparently what Tripod
Do what
wants
you
now.
gotta
So uncomfortable.
with the information in front of you, you now know the next stage of your quest is to infiltrate the secret dungeon of the Dead Three. With everything you have completed up to this
Jokes
point,
on them, they're
Secret tunnel.
already dead.
you all have gained level 2.
Sweet.
Woo!
Next session, you'll be more powerful and more capable of completing this quest.
Hachi Machi.
And that'll be a great point to end the session and conclude what we've done so far.
Murder.
And Tripod got laid.
Is that going to be a theme? Are we going to get to follow Tripod on his sexual conquest?
You asked.
I'm excited about this.
I am not ashamed.
Excellent work, you guys. That was solid teamwork.
How do I heal when I get still don't come back in the next one?
So you guys will do like a full rest in the tavern, like sleep overnight. So you will heal everything. And
obviously our rooms are.
I'll help you guys level up to level 2 and get all that taken care
So
of.
we're full heals now.
Full heals.
Wait, we're level. Do I have to? Put
Yeah,
everything
there's stuff.
Well,
we roll for health. We'll
between
go over
now and next session, we'll figure out level 2 information and all that. But
This does all of it.
All right.
It-
Yeah.
yeah,
I
it's-
probably will next time.
It's nice.
there we
What are
go.
you using?
D&D Beyond.
Okay.
We'll end the first session of Baldur's Gate Descent into Avernus.
Thank you for everybody who joined us and
Yeah.
rated.
Thank you to
and-
the DM.
Yeah, thank you, Joe.
Did an excellent job today.
Killing it.
Doing my thing.
No, thank you for following me. Weirdo.
The tail you'll never get rid of.
Thoughts off the bat? You guys have any thoughts?
I like it.
It's tight.
He is
You are the luckiest fucking animal.
incredibly
I
useful.
turned 15 gold into 500.
You are just gonna.
Don't forget you gotta pay your homie though at the end.
Can you like?
Yeah, give another 50 gold
and,
or whatever.
defend us?
Hey,
You could
good.
probably use that money to just buy some backup.
Seriously, you're gonna have to fund this entire trip.
I mean, we're all about to get some gold
You're
after we
buying
kill
the
these
fucking
guys.
Ubers throughout this whole campaign.
All the carriage rides are on you. Make sure you keep your
You're
receipts.
calling the Ubers.
I have 15 gold, so I've got nothing.
I have 100 as well.
Well,
Okay, so
He's
those
got-
two are funding.
yeah, seriously.
I thought about killing the guy that gave me that quest.
That would have been mean.
Taking his whole fucking 2K.
That would have been real mean.
Not bad,
It was real top of mind, but I'm lawfully neutral.
Okay.
You gotta say love.
There was no real need for it.
That wouldn't
Yeah.
have exactly fit character.
Exactly.
For our loyal peeps in the stream, if you're unaware, we are going to be doing this hopefully once a month. Just a heads up. So stay tuned. In about 4 weeks, we will probably be back doing this.
I'm hopeful that we can do it sooner than that.
I'm open for it.
Depending on everybody's schedule, we
Yeah.
can try and.
We should look at schedules.
Yeah, once we hop off
Yeah.
the
I
stream,
have
we'll.
little to no life.
Yeah, unfortunately, I have to travel a lot in the next quarter, so.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah,
no worries.
yeah, we'll figure out a
Figure it
date
out.
and let everyone know.
Play when you're gone.
Am I gonna have to buy another
I
bottle
guess
of Malort?
my character can't
probably.
play.
I can bring mine from home next time.
Oh, you have one. How
Yeah.
lucky.
Yes,
Great.
yes, indeed.
You know what else I was thinking is if anybody doesn't have anything else to do, there's an arcade bar about a half a mile from here.
Oh, little team building.
I'm just saying. I mean, technically, you're not on our team. You're on the other team.
I'm
So everybody else can go.
Joe can sit in the car in the parking lot.
It's alright, I got a Creed CD. You can just listen to.
Wait on, let him.
So, if anybody in the stream has any suggestions or anything like that, anything you'd like to see, please let us know. You can find us on all social media platforms
Is it
at the Chunkcast.
a tripod video?
Oh wow!
Oh wow.
Tripod and
No fan art, please. No fan art.
Please don't. Please,
If you would
please
like to
don't.
see a very not safe for work video of what happened with Tarina and Tripod,
Oh god.
You have to pay extra.
You can follow our Patreon.
Subscribe to our
yes.
OnlyFans.
But thank you all for tuning in, and until next time.
Jumps out, motherfucker.